Welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hey.
And the wives are on the couch. But before we get to talking to our wives, do we have any things to plug?
Now we can plug the cruise,
Yeah, let's
which our
plug it.
wives are going to be on.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, wearing thongers.
Tom and Dan Cruise,
Yeah.
2024. It's next September. You can find out all the information at TomandDanCruise2024.com.
Go there, check it out. You get Wi-Fi drinks packages.
Yeah. It comes with an unlimited drink package for two. So when you book on the Tom and Dan Cruise, free drinks all weekend,
And-
unlimited, and Wi-Fi.
And I hear the best private island that any cruise line has is the one that MSC has.
Yeah,
So I'm looking forward to checking it out. I haven't been on a cruise in a minute.
And we always do private events. If you haven't been on a Tom and Dan cruise, it's basically every single day we do private Tom and Dan events, including a live podcast, which we do in the auditorium. And
It's a something.
Are we doing karaoke?
we're
We
doing
are.
karaoke,
Because
a beach
I need
party.
to start practicing.
I want to sing.
You can sing.
I think you should. What are you going to do? You going to do a little country? Duet with me? Little country duet?
Let's do a little Tanya Tucker.
Okay, I'm down. How about Islands in the Stream?
I don't know that one, but I can.
Dolly and Kenny and Dolly? And nobody? Yeah, and big old...
She said Tanya Tucker. I don't know if
I
you heard her.
I like Tanya Tucker. What do you call Dolly Parton doing the backstroke? Islands in the Stream.
Also,
That was a good
the History Center is doing their
Oh.
trick-or-treat safe event.
It's a great event.
And Andrea...
The old nerd over here knew about this before
Yeah.
we even worked with the History Center. We went up
Right,
there.
yeah, we would take Maisie there.
And
just,
May will walk out to tiny little Maisie's, like 3 years old, coming out of there with no less than 100 pounds of candy, crafts, all
yeah.
kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, it's a good time.
That's October 28th, and you can find out all the information at thehistorycenter.org. So we're doing a Wifecast today because...
Don't forget, BartTheRealtor.com.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Getting their plugs in early.
Buy or sell a house, use the Bart Merrick
The
team.
friendliest team around.
Oh, is that the new slogan?
Well, only if I'm the one who's friendly.
oh,
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
Bart's friendly.
Yeah, Bart's
Bart's
a real,
friendly.
yeah, Bart's a real bastard.
Well,
Damn, threw Bart into the
talking
bus.
shit?
God damn, Bart Merrick is a real animal. Yeah.
No, I'm the nice
if
one.
you like, if you
He's a
like,
real dickhead.
if
See,
you
I
like
told you I gotta be in control.
If you like an irrational dickhead,
No, he's the numbers guy.
yeah,
he's
that's what I say
professional.
about Tom, the dickhead. The
That's
numbers
what
guy,
Tom
the dickhead.
says.
The
Yeah,
numbers guy is always the dickhead.
Yeah.
We, the creative types, we're the sweet ones.
You know why? Because it adds up to dickhead. When you do
It
all the
math
math,
adds
it
to
all
dickhead.
adds up.
But
Just like-
you gotta have both. You can't just have one numbers guy. You gotta
Yeah.
have the friendly who's
Yeah.
gonna nicely tell you that your house.
You got to have somebody to send
Needs-
emails to clients that aren't just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you add a bunch of niceties and a mumbo
I
jumbo.
learned, I learned,
How are you doing? Who
I learned
cares?
all about this at my conference this weekend about your color profile, your insights profile.
Your color
And
profile.
they did talk about how you send email. And
Okay, what do they say?
I've got a color profile.
Yeah, I know you do.
And I know
I'm like,
who's
look
not
at
paying.
that guy. I know that guy's color.
You're probably a red.
What
I'm
am
a
I-
blue-green.
Oh, yeah, he's a
Fiery
red Rogan. Look at him.
Oh, hold on. I'm not red.
Yeah,
I bet
you're a
you're
red
red.
Rogan.
Hold on, man. Listen,
Wait.
Daniel says it all the time. He says the same. He said, "Me and you just the same."
Yeah.
Except for bad, or I'm the bad organization
No,
one.
TC's emails are confusing. They're one long sentence.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you're definitely like a red.
Well, there
yellow.
is no niceties, and there's nothing to connect with them. It's literally get to work.
It says,
It's a get to work
it
scenario.
says also 10 times in the email.
Yeah,
Well,
he
because-
wants a lot.
he's just
he wants a
thinking,
lot. Yeah, stream of
typing his thoughts
consciousness.
into
It's
thinking
dickhead
also-
stream of
also
consciousness.
this.
Yeah. I'm just
It's stream of
writing you
dickhead.
as if I would talk to you at the exact. I change nothing. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of talking to you, and I'm writing
And
the
there's,
Do you ever
words.
there's
use
no
emojis?
hello and
Is-
no signing it
Is there
either.
ever emojis?
No,
Never.
He
Oh,
told
yeah,
me to
then
my
yeah.
face I'll never use emojis one time, and,
Never.
and I was like, Jesus, okay.
Yeah, then you're definitely red.
Okay, well, what's a red?
Fiery red, like you're direct, you're to the point.
Yeah.
You don't care about other people's feelings.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah. He's
Well,
stroking
what's
his
wrong with that?
mustache.
You're extroverted.
But also confusing. I have to add confusing in there.
Yeah, well,
His
I
emails
mean,
are very confusing.
You would know more than anybody. You're married to him.
I
so,
gotta
mean-
rewrite every email. So it's-
Oh, heard it here first,
Well, that's
folks.
just because
No
I'm
one's
dumb.
got any other.
Heard it here
Man.
first.
why don't you run it through ChatGPT then?
I don't
and have
know
somebody
what
else
that
write
is.
it.
Yeah. I don't like Chad or his GPT.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not getting in anybody's GT named Chad.
I don't need the computer telling me what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, you don't like that?
I know
can
what
tell
I'm
you
doing.
what-
Everybody understands me just fine. Like all our clients,
There it is. There it is.
happening?
Oh, that's the old
That's
man
the old
alarm.
man Old buzzer. man.
Oh, I thought it was a fire alarm.
That's the weakest
That's
fire
the
alarm
old lady
ever.
alarm. That's the old lady alarm. If you think it's a fire
She
alarm, it's
clutched
the
her
old lady.
pearls. I saw it.
The old, when the old man alarm goes off, old ladies get scared.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
my God. All right. Let's get to
So-
work here.
All right.
I'm
so,
just kidding, but Bart is very friendly.
Oh, yes, he is.
right.
He is.
Everybody
Everybody
knows.
knows that.
I know.
Like our guys definitely know that. They've been on cruises with Bart. I remember. I'll never forget when Bart sat at. Well, never mind. If you've never been on a cruise with Bart sitting at the table
Is
with
he coming on the cruise?
He floats around like Jesus
No.
with a Bud Light.
Oh.
I almost called you Sam, but Andrea, we have cruised with Bart enough.
Right,
He
yeah,
needs
yeah,
to
yeah.
be
Yeah,
left
yeah, yeah. He's
alone.
been on 8 different cruises.
We were
Right,
drunk
right.
with him. We're embarrassing
He's so
ourselves in front of
chill.
him. We're yelling
Yeah.
at his wife. We're yelling at the table. We're yelling at him.
Well, no, I'm not yelling at him. I'm yelling, and he's there.
All right,
I'm
well said.
yelling what I
Yes,
think.
thank you.
Anyway,
Yeah, all right.
So Andrea just got back literally this morning
Yeah,
from
right
a
now.
business trip.
Correct.
Welcome back, babe.
And
Hi.
so it was in Tennessee, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we were right outside of Knoxville.
Hey, Knoxville. I think it's a titties.
So Daniel did tell me,
Knox.
before you left, he was like, Andrew's leaving me, but it'll be just me and Maisie.
Me and Maisie.
For 4 days. And so, but I was the whole time, I'm like, well, Maisie is the most independent 8-year-old that I know and I've ever met. And you know what I'm
She's
saying? Like,
pretty dialed in.
and I've said this before, but I'm convinced if you left me and Maisie anywhere, she'd just start taking care of me, or at least telling me what
yeah.
to do,
You guys
and
would
then
be fine.
I'd follow it.
You guys will be fine. She questions everything I do, so yeah, you're accurate.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and she would just taking care of me. Like, did you take your pills?
She
Anyway.
made me. We'll get into it, but she made me repack her lunch.
So
Repack it.
Yeah, you
You
did it wrong.
I did it wrong.
What'd you do wrong?
We'll get to it.
Okay.
So, were you nervous at all? Because I feel like
Be honest.
Maisie
Be honest.
is-
It's not gonna
A
hurt my
little bit,
feelings.
but
it's not gonna hurt my feelings any more than Maisie already did. So
No,
just
a
everybody
little
pile
bit,
on.
but I set my
I'm so sensitive and raw right now, and my hips are rotting out.
So I tried to set them up for success. I wrote like on big
By the
computer
way,
paper
I hate
in
the
black
phrase
Sharpie.
"set up for success." I hate it. When anybody says "I'll set you up for success," I
Hey,
want to
well,
say "fuck you."
I did all the laundry.
Yeah,
Because
she
Maisie
did.
goes, "What? Who's gonna do the laundry?" I said, "I'm only gone for 4 days," but so I did all the laundry.
But we
I
wore
wrote
everything while you're gone.
pile it up.
Everything. I
You're
made
like,
sure.
how
I made sure.
on big computer paper day by day, Monday, and like here's everything, so they could just go through, like take the trash out, the dance times, what he
Oh my
needs
God,
to
I forgot
pack
to take
into
the trash
her,
out.
her line.
All the trash is
Yeah,
the man's
I
job.
forgot to take the
I
trash out.
know, so the trash, protecting from burglars.
No, I
that's all
make
we
the
got.
trash. I make the trash. I'm the
But
trash man.
Again, Maisie is a very independent 8-year-old, so I was like, she'll kind of take care of herself. So
Yeah.
it's different now that she's older. Like I went on a couple of years ago, another business trip to Nashville, and she was younger. So I was a little more nervous about that one. But at this point, I'm like, as long as
You
he
didn't
gets
tell
her
me
to
that. You
school
didn't tell
and-
me you were really nervous about the other one.
And even if Daniel, let's just say, didn't wake up,
It's gonna happen. It's
I feel
coming.
like Maisie.
It's coming.
I mean,
I wish it every night. I'm like,
No,
well,
no,
tonight's
it
the
happens.
night.
I'm just
Even
saying.
last night when she held my hand, she was holding my hand. I was like, well, if I died like this, it'd be okay.
She has her own like alarm that she gets up and light.
She'd
and
make herself an omelet
Yeah.
and go to get to
Yeah.
work. Like,
Yeah.
She'd just walk to school and then be like, all right, now the police will eventually find out.
No, let's not bullshit. You were a little surprised at the setup that Andrea does for Maisie's chicken nuggets because I was a little surprised. One of the reasons why I had to redo Maisie's lunch was because you have started the old man takes stew to work scenario where I have to take a thermos, fill it with boiling water, let it sit for 10 minutes, then put the hot nuggets wrapped in a paper towel inside of it, screw it on, and then instantly put it in there so it's like, warming and
Yeah.
it's a thing. Like, I would just cook the nuggets and just literally take the paper towel of nuggets and put it in the
but did you
lunchbox.
see it? You put that up in the BDM group, and everybody agreed with you that that's what you have to do.
It does work.
You gotta hot the pot.
The only complaint I heard about the lunch was I use reusable Ziplocs.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're horrible.
And
even
Daniel
your mom agreed
was
with me.
so
Even your
mad
mom
about
agreed with
that.
me. Your mom was like, "They smell like salt and vinegar chips. I don't know how to get it out."
I hate
And I was like, I don't
everything.
either.
I hate those, and I want to be able to use those. Sorry, this does not have anything to do with me, but I'm passionate about those. I hate them too. They
Thank
stink.
you. Thank you.
You can't
See,
freaking
emotional
clean 'em.
people
Can
are
you turn them inside out? And
love me some crystal
No,
Vans.
Scrub 'em.
even my silicone spatulas, they all smell like dish soap
Yes.
or garlic from
Or whatever.
10 years ago.
Spaghetti
Like,
sauce.
why? I can't clean it out. No matter,
Yeah.
I boil them, like they don't freaking clean. They stink.
I told
So,
Daniel, I said,
I
you
don't
didn't
wanna
have
use
to
them.
use them. You could use regular Ziplocs.
There aren't any in there,
There
and they're too
aren't.
small. You got the tiny.
There's a Publix
snack
right
one.
here.
I don't like. Okay. All
I
right,
have
okay,
4
can't argue
different
with that.
sizes in there. I can
can't-
show you.
All right. I don't know where they are.
Well, that just reminded me of a gripe that I have.
Okay.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
I knew we'd get there.
I didn't think we were doing grapes this
I,
time.
No, we are
We're
because
not.
I'm
It's
doing
just-
gripes this time too because the
We're not
fucking
gonna-
silicone bags are gone. I
I-
threw them out. They're
well,
gone.
you know what? If she wants to use them, she should be able to use them, Daniel.
They're horrible.
but you don't have to use
I'm not
them.
using them. Thank you.
You know, but you don't want to litter and like junk up the earth with plastic that's single use.
Then I could just do the way I
But-
want to do, where I just put everything in the box. You just eat it out of their free
They
form.
just got to make a better reusable one. They stink.
Well,
Yes,
let's
they're
talk about the
terrible.
reusable. Because I agree that we don't need a bunch of plastic. I've seen the documentaries, the ocean. We're just ruining everything, right? It's like,
I know. I'm tired of hearing that though.
But then I also
You get tired of hearing it, right? You're like, whatever.
I'm like, in 40 years, at the very most, my computer's turning off and nothing matters. So
Right.
then it's hard for me to
Not
even.
to you, but to the kids and their kids.
Yeah.
Nah,
Their
they'll figure
computers
it
will
out.
turn off too.
They'll figure it out, right? Isn't that
One
what
way
we're
or the
supposed
other.
to think? Like,
Even
they'll
at
get
the
it.
end of the world,
Yeah.
everything's turning off.
It's all in your perspective too. I mean, the oceans are ruined, but you're alive.
But
you
it-
didn't even know what they were like to begin with.
But I also don't like. I'm a fine with if you buy.
I'm a fine with.
Detergent,
Yeah.
or if you make your own, which brings me to my gripe.
Make your own detergent?
Crystal came home the other day with a bucket and a bunch of chemicals.
Oh my God, my dad tried to do his own pest control one time, and I thought he was going to kill himself.
And then so
This is what redneck people do. My dad tried to do this with pest control.
I see her come in with a brand new bucket, like a big shiny bucket, and then a bag full of like
You don't
other
even know what it
chemicals
is.
and things.
Borax.
Yeah.
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 I know. This is what I know.
And then I look at it, and she's mad. She's like, "Don't ask." And she's like, "I'm doing this, and I don't want to hear any criticism."
I'm making my potions.
And then she's like,
I'm a witch. I'm a real witch.
She's like,
I'm cauldroning.
all the new detergent is coming in tinier, thicker plastic bottles.
It's
because,
a scam.
Because they're trying to, it's just getting smaller and the more plastic.
Yeah.
And this is the goddamn detergent bottles are ending up in the oceans
Yeah.
and ruining the earth.
They're everywhere.
And I can't find the cardboard box with the powder anymore. Like I can't find it. The free and clear.
Oh, like in the
Like a
the
Arm &
yellow
Hammer
box.
yellow box,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with-
I know what you're talking about.
I can't find it. And
Huh.
I like
Have you
those.
gone to like Dollar?
They're
the
but they're
dollar store?
scented.
Oh.
And
Was
I
that
can't
like a
have
low
that 'cause
key
it
poor
itches.
person joke?
No, that's
Okay.
just where you get it.
Yeah, no.
I laughed at that
Yeah,
one.
I know. I saw your eyebrows when you said, "Have you tried dollar?" And his eyebrows went.
I just want to be able to recycle the cardboard box. You know.
That
I don't-
doesn't. I heard that's a myth. That the recycling's not even real.
Yeah.
Well, it
The
will
cardboard.
eventually biodegrade in a plastic bottle.
That's
so
true.
it makes me feel better.
That's true.
So anyway, she brews this laundry detergent. Right?
Is it a dry detergent?
Yeah, it's
So are
powder.
you mixing up like no different than you would mix spices for like a stew?
Yeah.
Borax
Yeah.
baking soda.
Yeah.
She's sticking a long screwdriver in there, so
Yeah, you gotta-
mixing it up or
yeah.
whatever. And
Put
then,
it in a sifter to get the
and then
the
she's-
big clumps out.
and then
I had
after
to grate a bar of laundry soap.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
She-
pretty neat.
And then she comes out. She's like, "We've got laundry detergent till the end of time now." And then she's like, "I've
I
made
got 5
enough."
gallons.
And it was
Yeah.
$15, and it'll last us 2.5 years of
That's
straight
amazing.
laundry. I'm like, "All
That's
right."
amazing.
And then I'm like, okay. And
Okay.
then because to me, like, Crystal constantly complains that I wear my same business shirts over and over.
That's
Yeah,
what you
because,
like.
because then the armpit,
Yeah.
it stinks and you can never wash it out.
No, you got
gotta wash
You're
it
starting
after
to get
you-
like what my dad used to have, which I hate. I know that you don't like that, but he's starting to get the yellow.
Oh,
the
not on
dinge?
the yellow
The
dinge.
dinge.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
You
because
get in
it's
the
gray,
den.
Gray.
but it still smells.
Yeah.
And then when I take the
It
clothes
smells
out
like
of the,
deodorant.
yeah, gross. Why do I want deodorant in my clean clothes?
Okay, well, yeah. It's not
And
about
it's
the people
also
around
mixed
me.
with your BO armpit.
Is it
I love
is it deodorant or is it deodorant?
Anyway,
Because I'm hearing all different words. I heard deodorant and I heard deodorant.
It's not
Oh, right.
deodorant.
Okay.
so
Okay.
2 days ago,
What happened?
Crystal
What-
stomping in, and then she's like, "My the laundry detergent is not gonna
detergent.
it's not gonna work." And then I'm like, why? She's
Back
like,
to the drawing board.
she's like, it doesn't get anything clean. It doesn't work.
That's the whole point of this.
It doesn't work at all. At all.
And then she screamed out, and get ready for the old lady alarm. I'm never listening to Instagram again.
Listening to Instagram.
Because she gets all this shit from Instagram.
I didn't get that from Instagram, but I did look up the recipe on the internet.
I'm
and
a
it
sucker.
doesn't freaking work. Like, the socks are still stinky.
Oh, really? They
Yeah.
smell bad?
And it said I only had to use 1 tablespoon, but I've been using 2.
Oh.
Double.
Yeah, so you only got a year and a half's worth.
Still doesn't work.
You only, you know. You
And the clothes are very crunchy now.
oh, yeah.
So, Andrea,
I would have tried some.
Very starchy.
I want to talk about team building because it's my
Oh.
favorite thing that companies do. And you went on a team building exercise.
It was like one of the best team building things that
Did you?
I've ever
You
done.
didn't plan it, right?
Yeah, whose
no,
idea was it?
Christine planned it.
Yeah, well done, Christine.
So, and this was, they bring the whole company, because everybody works remotely,
Not my whole
right?
company.
Oh, okay.
Just one team. Like my whole company is global.
Gotcha.
So
Wow,
it was,
that
there
was a
was
low-key neg, too. Did you hear that? Not my whole company. It's a global company, you idiot.
There's
We're
about
big deals. Did you hear that?
I'm like, okay.
No, but that's what you do to people.
No, but she's telling the truth.
Yeah. It's the truth.
You're taking it emotionally.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
take it emotionally.
But yeah.
I don't.
most of us are remote, but there was about 40 people, some from Texas, some from Connecticut, Florida, France.
France. Get a rope.
Tennessee. So a lot of these people had never met in person. So we did 2 full days of like planning for 2024, and then we took Wednesday to do this team building.
So what was the team building?
Side by side ATVing, off roading in this like 70,000 acre park, privately owned park called Windrock.
Windrock.
So there was about 20 ATVs that we showed
Did you
up.
have a guide?
Yeah, so we did. We showed up. We had a guide, and that was the funny part. Like they were gonna let us just go off into this crazy forest
Yeah,
and
but
just pick a
Who would
trail
do
and
that?
go down.
Who
that?
would go down a trail on a trip, a vacation with your family without a guide?
It's better without the guide.
I'm
the
foreshadowing.
guide
I'm
makes you go
foreshadowing.
slow.
No, I'm
You
foreshadowing.
didn't know. There was times I was the second car right behind him. There was times I didn't see him. I only knew that he had been there because of dust.
Oh, he left you in the
He
dust.
left me in the
Damn.
dust.
Wow, that's where they got the phrase.
But I guess he knew
That's where it comes
because
from.
there were I guess he just like, oh, I'm just gonna rock it and go as fast as I can because there weren't any like forks you could go off of, like, and he just sat there if there was. So I would just catch up to him.
It was just a bunch of computer nerds, right?
Yeah.
So I was in a 4-person side by side because
Yeah.
nobody.
But because everybody was like one of these bazinga dudes, they made you drive.
Yeah,
right?
they
because
made me
everybody's
drive.
like they're all developers.
So I was like, okay.
and nerds.
Did they did not want to drive?
Yeah,
or-
some of them did not want to drive.
I don't think they know how to drive.
I appreciate the fact that they allowed you to drive.
They don't know how to drive. They know
But
how to
I
drive a video
also
game.
feel like, come on, guys. Not one of you wanted to drive. You let the lady do it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be able to do that. Plus, if she were on the trip and I was like developer nerds, I'd be thinking maybe she'd want to cheat because maybe her husband is a small abusive man, and she's just looking for a good time.
But
so
I also,
I'd literally be pouring it on. I'll drive. I'd be trying to impress her. Keep my
Once we
fingers.
got onto these trails, I was nervous, so I was glad to be in control of my own
Yeah,
destiny.
No one went up to the guide and said, like, I've done this before, so you don't have to tell me all the rules.
Yeah,
and
you
safety.
weren't
I don't
there.
even need the helmet.
You were not
No.
there.
I don't need the helmet, the seatbelt,
so
nothing.
nobody did.
So you had
I've only seen one guy do that on a 4-wheeler thing in Colorado.
so you had to wear the seatbelt, or the side by side would only go 10 miles an hour.
You could sit on it and just clip it and sit on it.
I'm
just saying. I'm just saying.
They did not. You did not have to wear a helmet.
That's
But-
good. I'm gonna say. Yeah.
But
Well, you're
mo-
in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
But
got it
most
right.
of the people in our group did not read Christine's instructions. They showed up no eye protection, like in their normal kind of clothes.
Like khakis?
Basketball
Yes.
shorts.
Yes, like
Oh,
they
man.
showed, like no face protection, no nothing. They just showed up, and so Christine finally was like, "Guys, you need like sunglasses or something." And one guy,
was virtual.
there were still a few guys.
I'm sorry. I thought the VR goggles would be protecting our eyes.
Or maybe they're more like me and they just didn't give a shit. I'd so show up with sandals.
But none of them wanted to ride.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
none
There
of them wanted
was-
to drive. You
That's
would have
why I'm
driven.
confused.
Yeah.
There were still a few guys that was like, no, I'll be fine with just my like reading glasses or something.
Like reading
they,
glasses.
They came back like at the first stop. their eyes were tomato red.
Oh.
Oh,
They
Red Rogans.
were in such bad shape.
Well, that's what when you're following a line of
I bet it-
four-wheelers or whatever, all it
so
is
dusty.
dust. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just eating dust the whole time.
Right, it was dusty, and then there were huge pits of just mud water that if you hit it just right, that it was. I mean, I think I showed you guys. There was a few guys that when they took off their seatbelt, they had a seatbelt line because
Yeah.
they just got
Pure mud.
pure mud. And if the guy in front of you rooster-tailed,
Yeah.
like it was.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it
Did
does
it-
sound fun, right?
Did it help build your guys' team at all?
She's gonna give you an answer you're not gonna like. This is where you guys diverge.
I think it did. So the whole conference, I think, really helped because again, these people are all remote and some of them have never met. So it makes you feel like you can reach out to this person, like, hey, we did ATV and we got grows together. We did this event together. So it's a little easier to like reach out to somebody you feel like you know.
Did anybody get drunk and show their ass?
There were a few people that like I don't stay up that late, but I heard stories that there were a few people that were up late.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want the stories of the one guy that's puking.
And that's what conferences are for.
Yeah.
Right?
You do
And
a little,
Christmas
In my
parties.
family.
Or-
little
that-
hank-
that's
yeah.
insurance
Yeah,
conventions.
yeah. Well, my dad
Hey, there's
sold
certain industries.
sales
that-
guys. Yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
a little
just-
hanky-panky. You're throwing up on the balcony of the Acapulco Hotel.
Yeah. If you're in sales or insurance,
Yeah.
there's certain industry. I think the hotel industry is known for just getting shit-faced
Yeah.
and cheating on your wife.
Yeah,
That's
you
all
get
you do.
shit-faced to cheat on your wife.
Well, I mean, our conference isn't held
Nope.
like the insurance conference at a ritzy glitzy. It was held at the American Museum of Science and Energy.
Oh, my God. Oh, God, here we go.
Yeah,
But it was a great facility. It was like the science center here, so super fun. And
Oh, did you see what she just did there? She
What?
tied it into one of our clients so you couldn't bag on it. Well done. Wow.
Oh.
It's like a wizard battle, man.
Joke's on you. I'll still back. Anyway, so gripe number 2. And this, I feel like, is...
Okay, pause. Before, when he first told me that we were doing a Wifecast, I said, listen.
No gripes?
Yeah, I mean, the gripes, it's too much.
People like it.
But I don't know. Do they like that much of it?
I
No,
don't-
I said,
I
I mean,
did a
it-
space in between
yeah,
the first
it's
one.
our
Okay,
highest.
so-
It's our highest rated segment we do according
but,
to the
like, I don't know,
PPM.
Where am I
everyone-
also, how else am I supposed to get them out?
Yeah,
I've been
and look at
saving
the
these up.
list. It's immense today.
They all complain on there. Oh, this marriage sounds terrible.
Oh, don't
Oh,
listen to any of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
But I'm
Everybody in the chat room.
Yeah,
can't
but are
look
they
at that.
talking
They
about
hate
me,
us.
or are they talking about
the
can't
chat
look
room
at that.
hate listens to us.
Yeah, you can't look at that.
They don't even like anything that I say.
They're in there just salivating like wolves. You can't even.
Yeah, you
can't
can't- yeah,
even.
don't read that, don't
yeah,
read anything.
Don't read
and
that.
I wasn't bagging on this trip at all. I think it was perfect for what it was.
See what she
I
did
was
there?
just
That's because
saying-
Christine planned it. She's covered her bases.
Yeah.
No, I
I
just
see
think
what's
like
happening.
you
Let's
don't
burn
need
it
to
all
be
down
at,
today.
You don't need to be at a hotel in like a boring conference room. You
Well,
wanna
I
be,
mean,
like,
I'm
at that
sure
museum.
that any other conference would love to go side by side riding.
Right. That was.
And that's not cheap either.
No.
20 side by sides.
Oh,
I know
Javier's
how
here.
much. Yeah, what's that?
He
He's
heard,
like-
he heard about the side by
Yeah,
side.
he's been following
He
us
wants to go on
around
the trip.
all week. When we went over to do the swim challenge at the pool, Javier showed up, was blowing his blower right by the swim challenge.
That's why our dues are going up.
Would a team building something help?
I thought
with
about
this
it before.
company?
We have a small team, so it'd be me, you, Sam, Eric, Tony, Tracy.
Yeah. I mean, that.
And then
I
maybe
bet
our
Tracy.
wives.
I bet Tracy could plan y'all something.
Maybe
She would
our
plan
wives.
some
No,
good
I
But I
don't
feel
wanna
like
do
nobody
anything
wants to
cheap,
go
no.
on that.
I don't
except
wanna
for
do
No, you guys, here's the thing.
Sam don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. Just leave me alone until I'm dead.
I think Tracy does want to go.
I mean, it depends,
Yeah,
but
it
like,
makes
if it's
sense.
anything like the White Claw sports fishing trip, no thank you.
Yeah. We got to ruin all team building with
I
that.
forgot about
Pee
that.
for 8
She
hours.
couldn't even pee. We may have hurt her bladder. I don't even know.
Hey,
Can I-
let's go.
Haven't peed since?
Yeah, don't say that.
Listen, the people at Andrea's company never see each other.
Right.
You guys
Oh,
spend
too
entirely
much.
Yeah.
too much time together.
That's
you
true.
Need
Yeah.
team building separately.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
team
You need a
building.
virtual
away.
team
Can we
building.
have a team destroying?
Yes. Now we're in. Go
Can
to
I
that-
tell you?
Go to the rage room.
Can I tell you what Maisie said to me as soon as her mother left, which is it hurt me too. I'll never get
So
over
Maisie
it.
cried. She cried a little bit into
Yeah.
my arms when she just was like, okay, you know. And
So
then
then she
I
left.
was like, bye.
She left, and she's like, bye. And then we're sitting there, and Maisie's just sitting there. She's doing that move where nothing's on in the house, and she's still curled up in like a sad ball. You know, like kids, like they want you to see them.
Moping.
Yeah, moping. They want you to see him in the sad ball. And I go over. I'm like, hey. And I sit down next to her. And then she bursts into tears again. And that's when she hugged me, and she goes, who is going to take care of me? Real cries, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's hard for you to comfort her when you're so hurt by it.
Yeah, I as an emotional person,
yeah.
which I know
Dagger in the heart.
most people don't understand. Yes, it is very hard to care for her because emotional people go straight to themselves because we're selfish, and I'm like, well, that is her. This is crushing my soul, but I had to fight through it and hold her. I'm like, it's okay, we're gonna be fine. Oh my God.
Did you answer her? And then you're like, what?
No, I said I don't know. No, I didn't say that, but no, I said we're fine, and
That's what Tom said.
it's fine. It's fine. I just went into a spiel about how yes, your mother is very good at what she does, and your mother runs a great house, and she's very organized. But you and me, we're going to have a great time, and Daddy knows how to do all this, and you'll help me out, and I'm going to need your help. And I just kind of played it that way. And but it was the single most offensive and sad thing I've ever heard, and it made me feel like a horrible father and a piece of shit.
But you didn't have to do that much because Maisie's, with her dance and school schedule, is just, working 8 hours a day.
Yeah, it's true.
You get home, go to sleep on time,
I've already unpacked, and the clothes are already washed and dried.
Oh my God.
That's what she does. That's her style. That's just her style.
I still have my toiletries bag sitting on the bathroom counter from No Effects.
Oh my
I
God.
haven't unpacked it.
You can
yet.
live out of
I'm
it.
just living out of it.
Fine.
I have dual toiletry. You don't for
do you
when
mean?
you go. Like you got little ones for when you go.
Oh God, this
Well,
lady.
we're-
That's my
need to-
to-go one.
Oh,
I
then you don't need to unpack it then.
Well, I got to put it away. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but you're leaving here in a few days. So
I know.
What's
So
the
and
point?
that's
Yeah,
what I
that's
thought.
why-
You know what? I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna have to repack it. I might as well just leave it
Yeah,
here.
leave it out.
Have you done anything to be prepared? For
I've been doing
Nah.
laundry all week. Shut up.
No,
shut
Oh,
up.
I've never heard of shut up before.
up.
That's
Hold on.
new. That was new.
I ordered you hiking shoes.
Hold on.
Hiking shoes. What are they?
Oh, are they Tevas?
Are they
Like,
Tevas?
did you get?
They're
Hold on,
Adidas.
hold on. I
Who
just got yelled at for. Andrew said, "Have you done anything to prepare for this trip?" And then you yelled, "Shut up" at me, and then yelled something that everybody has to do to live. So like you said,
Yeah,
get the house clean. Well, that's what happened. That's what we have to do
said
to
she's
live.
done
Well, how
laundry
many
all
times
week.
do you do it?
Well, I take out the trash.
Oh, he's the trash man.
And then I
Oh, no.
make the sun.
Make the
sun.
I make the sun rise. I'm a god.
You know what? He's so proud of his damn egg sandwiches he made.
He won't
He
shut
is
up
very-
about the
he's
breakfast.
very
Anytime
proud
you
of
ask him
breakfast.
anything, he's like, "Well, I make him breakfast."
And I do
Yeah,
lunch.
Okay.
Has he told you that he also makes them an egg sandwich at 9:00 at night?
Oh no.
Why?
Because-
They get
because-
hungry
That's
because
a 9
'Cause they don't
p.m.
eat dinner?
I did hear
Buster
about
Ball.
the sneaking the little smokies in the bathtub.
Yeah, we had heard that his sons eat little tiny sausages in the bathtub.
Not anymore.
Is it because
really.
they're not eating dinner?
Yeah, but why aren't they eating dinner?
Well,
because Daddy's gonna make him an egg sandwich at 9 p.m.
Yeah, hell
Okay,
yeah.
well, you're
the
making-
9
they-
p.m. egg
Do they
bomber.
want us? Do they
Oh,
want us
man.
That's gonna hurt.
Stinky force in the middle
Oh
of the
my
night.
god.
They wanna
a
stay up
9
later.
p.m.
Yeah.
egg bomber.
Listen, what
And then they crawl into your bed.
And listen, it's not even. So he makes one scrambled and one fried.
That's so hard too.
He makes two separate types, and it's like they're like, "Daddy,
You're a
I'm
good
so
dad.
hungry. I think I have low blood sugar."
Oh,
No, that's not
God.
sad. That is not sad. That's not real.
Yeah.
They
And
say
then
they
he's
have low blood sugar. That
They're
sounds like
little
something I
Bubba's.
would say. No, it's little me. I fit right in there.
He's at a diabetes camp.
Oh my God.
Oh my
You're gonna make obese
you-
children with bad eating habits eating at 9:00 at night right before bed.
Do you pack your own clothes, or do you make your wife pack them?
No, I pack my own.
No, well, he puts them out on top of the dresser.
well, I do.
Oh no,
I
that's
pack-
very close to what I do.
He picks them out.
But I have to like pull it out of
Yeah,
you.
she's just okay.
no.
Here's where Tom and I, or Tom. Here's where what's your name?
But-
Here's where Andrea and I get into so much of a problem when she wants to pack for the trip. It'll be like 3 days before the trip.
Yeah.
3 days, and she'll be like, "I need you to get out all the stuff you're gonna wear," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's 3 days of the trip. I don't need to."
Yeah. You
do
need
that
that much
right now.
preparation.
Yeah,
No,
But
but I don't want to do it at the
But
last
then
minute.
she forces me. She's like, "We have to do that tonight." So I have to lay in bed and football's on, and I want to watch football. And then she's like, "Get out 6 shirts," and I have to count it. Say, "Here's 6 shirts." Get out 4 pairs of shorts. Here's 4 pairs of shorts.
Oh yeah, well
just don't-
she's doing the packing for you.
Right.
She's just telling you to pick which
No,
colors you
she
want.
won't let me pack. You won't let me pack a suitcase. That's not gonna happen.
No, but I need you to get out your stuff.
Right. That's the way we do it. She won't let me touch a suitcase.
Oh no, yeah, Crystal.
There's a method.
I get all the shit as she packs it all in some sort of thing that hangs in the closet, whatever.
Yeah, or
I
the
didn't
packing
need none
cubes.
of that. Yeah. Me and my sons could just throw it all in a bowl.
Yeah,
And
you
it doesn't
do
even
like
need
you
to be
did in
cleaned.
college. You put it in a black trash bag.
Yeah.
You put it on the passenger seat of your car, and you hit it.
So Andrea, let me ask you this: how much stuff do you freeze in your freezer for later?
It's gripes again. I know we naturally fell back on gripes. Holy shit, we just fell back on gripes.
Are we talking about like leftovers? Like what? Because
Crystal came home with a bucket of mangoes.
Not the mangoes again.
These are her
I
clothes
didn't
washing
come
mangoes.
home with them. My mother came home with them from Miami, like 2 huge bins, and she's like, "I got to do something with all these mangoes," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, I could help you
You
chop
could
them
throw
and
them
freeze them."
She should
That's
throw
all
them
I
at all
could
the
do.
cats around her.
Well, and then
Do birds like mangoes?
Yeah, parrots do.
There you go.
There you go. Problem solved.
but no, I only maybe will freeze meat.
Okay, but they don't
Hey.
have 4 refrigerators at their house like we do.
yeah, they have the most refrigerators I've ever seen in anyone's home.
One is
gotta
gas
fill 'em
powered
up
because
with
I
something.
smelled it.
There's more refrigerators than Shaq.
It's the
Are they all
because we
full?
Yes.
No, full to
yeah.
the brim with
Yeah,
mangoes. because
I
then-
love mangoes.
yeah.
Are
but
these
Do
good
you want some?
mangoes?
They got plenty.
I'm going
Nobody
back
will
to,
ever eat
are they
them.
good? Because I'm going back to my old, my stance on any time a neighbor gives you fruit, it's shit fruit because the
Not-
only good fruit is from either a farmer's market or a grocery
Are you
store.
making
Not the
smoothies
mangoes
out
in
of them?
Miami.
Okay.
Or what?
I
Are
mean,
you
you
using
could
them?
you could make mango margaritas. Am
Do you
I?
like,
No.
You love margaritas,
So
don't
why
you?
did you do
Because
that then?
she needed help, and I just wanted to help.
What are you guys going to do with
Is
them?
she going to use them? Has
She'll use
anybody
them.
used them?
No.
I'll tell you what we're doing.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Is that what will happen is
The power would go out.
no. Eventually, I'll go out to the freezer to get something, and then I will slam it shut, and then it'll bounce open a little
Yes,
bit.
Maisie does that.
And then everything in the freezer will melt.
This has
and
already
then
happened twice.
Have to be thrown away in the garbage.
Do you
And-
do it on purpose because you hate the mangoes?
No. It's completely by accident. And then you think that after I've done it twice, and then I had to bear the brunt of the repercussions of doing that I would learn my lesson. But
No,
somehow
everybody
I don't.
knows you don't learn.
And then but it's either me or Tommy's doing it because Tommy will do it again eventually.
No, not after this last time. I scarred him good.
Oh,
Oh.
about the freezer? Yeah,
Yeah.
Maisie did it one
She
time.
just did it, yeah.
And
like
she
a
just
couple weeks
ruined
ago.
everything in her freezer, and it was all like everything that she could eat. And then she was like, "Well, I want," because I'm a little meaner on those sort of things. I don't know if you would have done this, but I was like, "Well,
We don't have it
we're out of
because you-
egos because
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
kind of did that." But she also does the thing where she is good at sort of passing the buck, and she's like, "I'll be like, somebody left the freezer open." She'll look me dead in the eyes and be like, "Yeah," and that somebody probably shouldn't do it again. Like she's like that.
Okay. Oh.
Like she never thinks of herself, like of doing anything wrong. She's like way up here, man. She like that's not her. She does it. She didn't
She
do that.
flipped it.
Dad did it.
Listen, yesterday for lunch I ate a bowl of pho from Vietnam's that I froze
that
like
place is
a
good.
month ago.
Oh, my God.
That was
sounds
delicious.
disgusting.
It was
Oh my
so
God.
good. It was like fresh, brand new.
I don't know.
Oh, here you go. There's the thing with
Why
frozen bread. And
Are
all
you,
the-
do you not do leftovers like the next day
Okay,
or the
so
next
that
2
might be a
days?
step too far.
I've never heard of the 1 month pho before. Like, that is a new.
Because Vietnam, sometimes when I'm ordering from them, they'll do like a buy one get one free broth or something, or whatever.
Never
like,
heard of
yeah,
that.
yeah, or the egg rolls are buy
Wow.
one get one free. So then I get them, and I don't want them tomorrow. I had it yesterday.
Oh, I
so
like
then I
doing
freeze it, and then I put it in the air fryer.
I'll
and
just
go.
eat it the next day.
Yeah, like
I don't want
Andrea's like you. She'll just keep eating the same thing.
Yeah.
Until she dies.
But
I
we
bought-
also have my mom, too.
I bought bagels from Costco because they have the best bagels.
I've never had a Costco
But
bagel.
there's too many to eat, so I cut them and I put them in the freezer.
Next to the
and,
mangoes and the pho.
And then TC goes to the grocery store and he buys Lender's bagels.
I like Lender's bagels.
Not frozen. Because he doesn't want to go in there and get it out and put it in the toaster.
They're not. They do have a frozen taste.
No, they
Your
don't.
mom used
Yeah,
to
they do. They
Your
have-
mom
they-
froze bread
by the
all
way,
Yeah,
the
they have a
time.
frozen taste. Like when you take out a frozen bagel and you put it in the thing and it tastes. It tastes like everything else in the freezer.
Tommy doesn't know that. No, he doesn't.
My sons, they'll eat anything. You give them
Except dinner, because they got an egg
Well,
sandwich coming later.
Yeah, yeah.
vegetables.
How
anyway.
big is the egg? Is it toasted bread?
No.
It's just bread with scrambled
Don't
eggs?
act like that's an absurd question.
He's
No,
like,
like it
absolutely
should
not.
be toasted. If you're going to this extent, like toast the bread. You know what I'm
There's
I don't
one
know,
more
maybe-
step they don't.
I don't like toasted.
Maybe it eats better. Yeah, you don't. Maybe it eats better with a soft white.
The white bread is it gets stuck to the top of your mouth. It's gross.
So,
Okay.
speaking of my sons, I want to ask you guys a question because this came up.
I have a
last
gripe,
night?
by the way. I have a gripe. We need
Okay,
I have
all
my own gripe. No, go ahead.
So we were sitting there, and the boys go to swim class now, and it's a new swim class that's actually the coaches are a little more interactive.
Get in the pool, you motherfuckers.
Well,
They're
they,
like the rough around the edges,
well,
right?
they
Yeah.
Get to work.
they
Yeah.
coach you more
Yeah.
instead of
On
like
your form and
Yeah.
everything.
yeah when they
Oh, so like actual teachers.
yeah. But coaching like and they
Not
coach you-
everybody's a winner here.
they coach you a little harder than than my sons were used to, and so that first they thought the
Oh.
coaches were yelling at them or whatever because they didn't understand. And I'm like, no, this is how you have to learn how to be coached. Like they want you to be better, so they're talking to you loudly because that's how coaches talk. You know,
It's a
And-
motivation technique.
Yeah. So then, but it's been a learning process because they're getting used to it. Because at first they were shocked, as why is this guy yelling at me? You know, like what am I
man.
doing?
I mean,
right?
Maisie's pretty. Maisie's pretty used
No,
to
no.
this because of my drunken. You know, I get drunk and I kick the dog. Or I'm yelling crazy in the house, and she's pretty used to it.
No,
So when she goes to dance, it's actually like a little easier than home. You know.
But then when if a kid's not used to being coached, like especially for Max, who takes things emotional.
Yeah, it wasn't the yelling that bothered Max so much as he said, I feel like everything I do, he's telling me I'm doing it wrong over and over and over. And I'm like, no, he's just telling you how to do it right.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he's
yeah.
continually
How to improve.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
so
right.
he felt like
Max is emotional. so
Yeah.
Right,
he
Max
takes
is the
it-
type
yeah.
that needs like he also needs positive reinforcement.
Like,
Oh,
hey,
he
you're doing
loves
that
the
good,
positive.
but we need.
But here, like
Yeah.
if you do it like this a little bit, yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. So that's the conversation. So we're sitting there on the bleachers, and
Oh,
then
this is heartwarming.
we we're Max and Tommy in the pool. The coaches are coaching, and then Crystal's like, "I'm gonna go up and tell the coach that Max responds better to positive reinforcement."
Coaches love that. Coaches love that. They love that.
That's what I said. And I'm like,
I think this is a
don't.
good- I
I'm like,
think
don't
this
do
is the
that.
best idea
I'm
you've
like,
ever
yeah.
had.
Can you please treat my
Yeah.
baby more special
You know,
than the
that's
rest
how-
of these kids?
Start with a mango. Give him a mango.
Right.
Say, I would like to
Okay.
offer this mango as a peace offering
Oh,
for my
no.
baby.
I want to defend myself here because I was on the phone with Bart yesterday in the morning, and I said, Max, I told him all this, and I said I wanted to say something to the coach like, hey, he really does well with positive response or whatever,
reinforcement.
Yeah.
And I said, but I didn't want to be that kind of mom, so I'm not going to. And then Bart, who I feel like, he's not like sugarcoating anything.
I
He's
heard
like,
he wasn't that nice.
he said,
Yeah, I heard that 15 minutes ago.
he said, I don't see anything wrong with you letting the coach know how your child
His learning style.
learns better, And so I was like, okay, maybe, that's not like so
Oh, he's
But is
helicopter.
that
Hopefully
learning
well.
better, or is that just not being emotional?
I don't know, but every kid's different. And I did feel like it's, if this, I don't know. I just feel
He's
like
also
it's
going to
just
get
not,
made fun of more if the coach is easier on him, in my opinion.
No,
Well,
not
that's
that
how it
he's,
was
I don't
when
want
we
him to
grew
be
up.
easier. That wasn't my point to tell him to, hey, go easy on him. Tell him whatever you want to tell him, but also like every now and then give him an attaboy. You know what I'm saying? Like otherwise he's not going to want to come back.
Right.
That's
Oh,
all I
does
meant.
the coach
Was
not
it-
do any of that?
Not really, no.
Was it like
Oh.
sucking
No.
the life out of it, the fun out of it a little bit?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just too much. But I get it. Like, and TC and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
He's making fun of me or whatever. But we've talked about this at length. Like, we want them to be like, we want him to be hard on them because they don't have anybody else being hard on them.
Yeah.
So like they need that, and that's fine. So anyway, I said to TC, I want to tell this guy that, and he's like, do not do that. Do not do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you can't
that
tell a
is
coach.
not a
like,
good idea.
I'm
Excuse
trying
me,
to
sir.
So I didn't.
I'm sensitive. I'm
you-
trying to remember if my mom and dad ever sat me down and talked to me about that, because there were times that things I tried out for I didn't get, and there were times when, like in soccer and in band and in, anything. But I don't remember that
Yeah,
conversation
in the
ever.
70s and 80s, I feel like
Yeah.
it was just
It wasn't a thing.
Quit being a pussy.
Right.
Go do it
Yeah.
or what?
I think
I
it's more of a
mean,
conversation
it's more
with
the F word
Max
for
about.
gays.
Yeah, it was
Well,
probably the F word for But my dad
the
was also,
80s.
but my dad was also very sensitive too. As much as he had a temper and he was hot, like and reactionary, just like me. He was very sensitive to that sort of stuff. And I can remember coming to him with things like that. And his answer was a little more, and this isn't necessarily going to be helpful, but it was more like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It was a lot of, I got a lot of, hi, I'm dad, I'm little, and I'm getting made fun of. Sorry. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, it's really made me sad. Sorry. That's going to be a thing. I got a lot of them.
Right, because like you're gonna get, eventually when you grow up, you're gonna have bosses you don't
Yeah.
like that are gonna yell
Right,
at you.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and,
Not
know.
every boss gives an attaboy for your work.
Right,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, but I think I would be conflicted too because I think I would probably want to.
That's
I
you're
wanted
the
to.
emotional
Shouldn't you
parent.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't you have the
So-
conversation with Max about
We
how
have.
about
Okay.
how to like take it?
We
and be
have.
like, hey, this is just how, like you said, like this is how coaches are.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We've talked to
You
him
can't
about
take it personally.
learning how to be coached. We've
Right.
talked to him about that, and
It's hard.
And it is hard. And as the mom, I did want to just go over and be like, hey, he really liked yesterday when you gave him a high five about that thing, that kickflip he did or whatever. But TC didn't want me to, and I didn't. So I don't think it's worthy of a gripe.
I don't think that is a bad thing because you're not telling the coach directly, like, hey, my son needs positive reinforcement. But you can compliment the coach on his style, and then he's
Hey,
like,
coach, great
hey.
high five.
Don't
Yeah,
talk
try
to the
to-
coach. You just sit there, and then when they're done, you get your kid, and you never speak to
no,
them.
you're the
You know.
customer. You,
No,
You
no,
are
no.
taking
I am
the
paying
I
for
think.
this.
God,
Right.
I hate agreeing with Tom, but I think I'm with you.
Yeah,
man.
you do
Yeah.
you do not mention anything he's doing right or wrong. You do not even look at. Don't even look him
like
in
the
the eye.
dance teachers, I'm, sometimes I'm like, hey, I loved what you choreographed in there tonight.
Yeah, but
Maisie
it's
really
not,
enjoyed
but
that.
it's not because Maisie's having an issue with it, is it?
No, but I always like to let them know, one, I'm watching, and
Oh,
two,
okay, I see. I see
like
what you're
Maisie
saying.
really enjoyed that, so,
I
hey,
just like
maybe
to
do
keep
that
my
again.
I just like to keep my sunglasses on and watch their revealing cleavage bouncing around when
Oh
they.
yeah, so Daniel had to
Yeah.
go and sit.
Like the young teachers are demonstrating all these dances. I just keep on the shades.
Wasn't Maisie
learn the dance.
judgy?
Don't say that on the show.
No,
Well, I
not
was
the
gonna-
kids. I'm
listen.
talking
No,
about the
I know.
instructor.
I know. But
It's fine. It's completely fine.
We're not underage and stuff.
The
I
human
know, no,
body,
I'm
the
not
human
taking it on
body
radio.
is beautiful.
Yeah, the instructor.
In Europe, it would be a compliment to keep my sunglasses on.
Just keep the glasses on.
I have to. I'm high.
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I have 3 more things to talk about.
Yeah, I got to.
Are they gripes or greats?
Well,
I have a
you
gripe.
can categorize them as anything you want. I mean, you
What
tell
do you
me what they are.
categorize them
I
as?
know. Well, I mean, I have a G written next to them.
And he was
And
guessing on how to
numbers.
spell grape. You got it right, buddy.
Grape number 3. All right.
Did you say grape?
He did say grape.
That's how I spelled it.
All right.
Your sister's living her best life right now, isn't she?
Yeah, it looks so fun. That boat. I was like, I want to go out on a tiny little antique-looking boat.
I did notice that, like, all the people, there's like only one other young person.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
I mean-
yeah.
I thought she was just going in by alone, just like.
She is spending half of the trip alone, so she's there for a little over 2 weeks.
That's neat.
And the yoga retreat is like 6 days.
That sounds
And
great.
That's with the old ladies.
All right.
She's run into like other single travelers.
Yeah.
Or alone
And
travelers
just hung
like,
out.
has dinner with them.
I love that.
That's kind of cool.
Don't forget to
I'm
do
just gonna
landscape when
keep
you
it
come
so we can keep the time.
Okay.
You know, it's just easier to do it that way.
Oh wait, was this just a fake break?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
not actually breaking.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
excuse
I'm
me.
sorry. I was like waiting for the commercials to finish.
God, and Maisie was doing it this morning, and it's coming for me now.
What,
The-
a cold or
no,
allergies?
the allergies.
Um,
Whatever is, because the wind is
you know,
blowing
yeah,
so
Max,
fast.
Max and Tommy both were kind of doing something. I've been waiting for something to come up that's going to keep us from this trip.
Nope, don't say
No,
that.
I had a pain in my side, and I was
Stop.
like, "Oh, here comes the appendicitis."
Don't say that. I have everything on me is pained.
Tree branch is going to fall on my house.
My
I don't know.
prostate is, I think, bigger than normal, and I can't just determine.
Can you get in there and feel it?
I could if I wanted to, I guess. I don't
No,
want
I
to.
just mean it's a.
I don't want to go in
If
there.
you learned how, you could.
No, he said it's smooth. It's a smooth prostate.
If it's big, it's not smooth.
No, it's smooth. He said there's no lumps or bumps, so he's not worried about cancer. It's just it's enlarging sooner than it should.
Is that the red hot chestnut? You can't pee.
I can pee though. It's like
Okay,
it's
well, I
just
wouldn't
not
know
as
that.
good as it like. Yeah, and he used a term I didn't like. He's like, can you pee okay? And I was like, yeah, I can pee okay. I said it's not as good as it used to be, but I don't expect most things.
When
You know.
I hear it,
And then
it
he-
sounds like a decent.
And then the
strain.
guy goes, yeah, what did you say when you were a kid? Piss the bark off a tree? And I'm like, I've never heard that.
I've never said that, sir.
I've never heard anyone
anybody
say,
that.
piss the bark off a tree. I was like, I'm being serious. I'm a hypochondriac. You need to help me. Knock it off with the fucking jokes, man. Seriously, that's how I am when I go to the doctor. I'm dead fucking serious.
Draper James is now. They have a dog line, the Foggy
Oh,
Dog.
great.
I don't know if
She's
that's for
been-
girl. That's for girl dogs,
She's
Andrea.
been
No,
finding.
look those sweaters.
she's been finding
Those
all
are
these.
not for boy dogs.
Do you know what Draper Jane's is?
Yeah.
That's the
Reese
Reese
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon brand. And
It's
now,
now in
They are
Kohl's.
cute.
yeah,
stuff.
it's at
now in
Kohl's.
Kohl's.
It is cute stuff, but
That's
like,
It's not for me. I feel like if I were to wear one of those cute outfits, I would feel like I was in a costume.
okay.
I wore one. I wore.
Like,
That's
I
all
was
I
gonna
bought for the
compliment you on
season.
your blue and white striped shirt
Thanks.
though,
I
because it's
do-
very nautical, Crystal.
Yeah, if I wear anything other than jeans and sandals, I
Something's
feel
wrong.
like I'm in a costume.
Tom
Gotcha.
feels the same way.
Which
Yeah, yeah.
it
And
sucks
she's a dress
because
lady most of the time,
Yeah.
right? Or yoga pants.
Dansby
You
and
just
I-
got to start doing it.
Dansby and I can
and then I'll feel
match
normal.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you should. do that.
Dresses and
I started buying Stitch Fix because I don't like buying my own clothes. And then, but all they send me is jeans and tops like this. So it's the same.
You gotta be-
I don't
you
change
gotta-
anything. It's
do
just
you
different
s-
colors.
I had to make like a Pinterest board and everything with Stitch Fix, so they would know exactly what I liked, and then you gotta
Yeah.
real.
I should just go to
But
a
I don't
store,
anymore.
But I don't want to do that.
I've been happy with Kohl's lately.
All right. You want me to bring us back?
Manscaped.
Here we go. In 3, 2. Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan, and now we're going to tell you about the favorite way for us to keep our pubes manageable. Manageable is with Manscaped.
Yep, we've got the handyman. If you use promo code TOMANDDAN20, you get 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
Yeah.
And just go to manscaped.com. But they've got all the grooming things you could possibly need.
The hedge trimmer, which is for your beard, with a one of those nice little dial, guards. So you can, what do you need? A 1, a 2, a 3? You can just dial it in. This one doesn't have that, but this one you don't need it. This one has like a foil blade and a little edge blade. And of course, this is the handyman, and we very much enjoy this. Use the promo code TOMANDDAN20 for 20% off.
That's small enough you can like throw easily in your luggage
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, you could definitely use this.
Do it in the car on the way to a place.
I would
Yeah,
love to
works.
see you trim your bush on the way to the Empire Center.
with that.
Yeah.
I don't
Would you
know.
do it like that?
We're on
See?
camera.
Yeah.
I have jeans on.
Yeah,
Show me
but
how you
those
would. Show me
are-
how you would do it.
there
Show
are
me how you
animals
do it.
in there.
No, no. Show me how you would do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't
show
do
me.
this.
Show me how you would do your bush. Show me. Yeah.
The computer guys are going to see that. They're jacking off to it.
That is
Everybody's
my
traveling.
wife.
That'll be good for Manscaped.
Oh my god! Oh my lord! I've
guys,
never
I
been
let you
horny. I'm so
finish
horny
it.
right now. What if I started pumping my wife? I'm so horny because it's been like 4 days. I need to see that bush. I need to be that bush, dog. Let me get in it. Woo! Manscaped. TOMANDDAN20. I'm so horny right now.
I'll watch it.
I knew you would.
We'll turn the cameras off.
So, no, we'd leave them on. We're
We
make
can't.
money.
We can't put that on Twitch.
Hey, look at this. Our Manscaped ads are going to go on forever. Presidio said he's buying 10 Manscapes.
Lift it up again.
He went,
Clip that.
All
right.
Okay, you got some more grapes. Let's
No,
hear
this
them.
is just
I'll do
a
mine. I'll do
observation.
mine.
This is
You wanna do mine?
observation.
Observations
Would
now.
it help if I took the heat off of you and did mine first?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Switch off
Yes,
the
let's
grapes, man.
alternate.
Fair's fair.
Holy
Okay,
smokes.
so my wife, who's so cheap, and I talk about her being cheap all the time, she is not a fan of anything delivery. I have begged for years.
Oh, I
Don't
heard
lie.
about this.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
begged for years to use any delivery service. I have never used Uber Eats. I have never used any of the other ones.
Why? And it takes so
Postmates,
long.
Postmates, any of that shit.
get it
that,
to you.
And I used to dream of being able to use that because that's what rich people do. They order food from fancy places and it
It's
comes
so-
delivered.
I wouldn't say Tijuana Flats
Yeah.
is fancy.
Also,
but
No,
I'm
but
pretty sure it's what poor people do.
No, but like rich
Yeah.
people, like Hollywood people,
they
LA,
overdraft their accounts so that they
Yeah.
can get their Tijuana
Yeah,
Flats.
they
Busy.
order McDonald's.
busy, successful Hollywood people, like you have your assistant order you Postmates. I hear it in podcasts all the time. This is what fancy people
It
do.
like doubles the cost
So,
of your order.
This is my gripe. So I was sitting there with May, and I'm like, what do you want to eat? And finally, after she stopped crying, she said, no, she wasn't crying that time. She said, let's do tacos. How about Tijuana Flats? I'm like, okay, fine. Tijuana Flats. Let's do Tijuana Flats. I go on the Tijuana Flats website. Easy as can be. I order everything up, get exactly what I want, sauces and everything, and they only charged me $3 for my delivery fee.
But did you you have to tip?
I did give a tip, but so the entire thing with delivery fee and tip for me and Maisie, I didn't think it was completely unreasonable. I'll give you the actual price, $28.13.
Yeah.
For two people, $28?
And
That actually seemed. I'm like, no, that can't be right. With
$28 because
with
she
the
got a
tip
kid.
and the-
She
and
got a
the
kid
delivery
burrito. Yeah, she got a kid burrito, and I just got 2 tacos. I didn't get anything else. And it was Taco Tuesday.
You could have thrown her in the car, gone up there, and
I was drunk. So we had it delivered. It got there in less than 20 minutes.
Okay, but here's the thing.
From the Colonial one, the man at the Colonial one messaged me and said, "Is this a real Dan Dennis from the show? I'll give you free queso." And then I missed that one because the Uber Eats people or whoever did it got there. They put it at the door. It had a kid's drink. Maisie even complimented and said, and you've never gotten this. Maisie goes, "These tacos are still hot." I wish I'd recorded it.
Okay, how much did you spend more than you would have if you went to the store?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't.
It's
She won't
probably
let me.
Probably like
$9.
$6.
Yeah, or $6.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
so
it
yeah,
was-
$28 for 2 people sounds like a lot, but it's only $6.
Yeah, I didn't have to put her in the car. I
Different
didn't have to
than-
put your shoes on. I
Yeah.
didn't have to slow everything down. I didn't have to park. I didn't have to get out. I didn't have to go in. It was
I'm with
awesome.
Daniel.
And Maisie went down and got her own food. She went down the stairs, got the drink and everything, came up. She set it out for me. I was sitting at the table. She's like, "Here's your tacos, Daddy." I was like, "This is the way we need to do this
Yeah.
shit." Like, this is
No.
you lost on that one.
That's
That was
so
awesome.
much an extra.
No,
fee.
it's not.
Maybe once in a while, but no.
She
no,
wouldn't
no.
let. I
There
was
are
going to
people
order
that-
pizza and have it delivered here for Matthew, Matthew.
Yeah.
Our buddy Matthew, and who's working on our app, and she wouldn't let me do it. She's like, no, I can't let you do that. I'll call him and tell him I'm picking it up.
Well, because it's not really about it's about the idea of spending $6, not really about the value of $6.
And
Right.
it's in somebody's random car.
It was a nice lady. We
What
watched
if
her on
they
the
had
camera.
an ant truck like you used to have?
Oh, they got an ant car.
Yeah.
If you're delivering Uber
probably
Eats, you
do,
got an ant car. But that's fine. Listen, you don't know who's making your food or whatever. There's certain things you don't imagine. Like,
right. You just
have
got to
the-
keep that out of your mind.
Yeah, did the
You know?
did the
Are they
person
washing
making my
their
food
hands?
wipe their ass right before? Like, maybe. I'm not
I
thinking
know
about
I have.
it.
I've actually wiped my ass
Like-
and then gone immediately and started making food.
The conditions of the factory that the chickens live in.
But if
Like,
I
I'm not
can
thinking about any of it.
mitigate a little bit of it, take out the middleman of this person delivering.
I think you just like being on the go. You a lot alike. You two like to. Oh, and I'll get it. No, I'll do it. No,
I can listen to my book then.
Oh my God! I
In
can
the
listen
car.
to my podcast.
Well-
I can listen to my
Oh.
gambling shows.
Oh, I love deliveries. And I love wasting money. So like,
Thank
always,
you.
If
I
some-
think I got this one right.
Yeah. I told you guys I'll order 1/2 a Jersey Mike sub and get it delivered.
So would Maisie. if she
That's
could.
crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
God, that
pay-
has to be so expensive.
I'll-
That like
Listen,
makes
Oh, it's a $27.
If you're spending more on the delivery fee and the tip than the
Yeah.
actual food cost, then I draw the line.
That's almost everything now. Shipping is where
I
it's
do
at.
it so little, like Uber Eats will like message me and be like, "We haven't seen you in a while," and then I'll use it because they'll give me a coupon.
It's
Yeah.
the rapper equivalent of
Yeah.
chopping the money out
Yeah.
to the audience.
It is a baller move.
I come out of the backyard and the Uber Eats delivery driver is bringing me my
Yeah.
half of Jersey Mike
sub.
sub.
Yeah.
that
Why
I
would you get a half? Why don't you just get a whole? At
He's
that
had a
point?
health kick, and he
it's-
got Miss Vicky's.
But
I
Crystal,
told you it's a chop. it's about the waste.
Let's
You're-
see.
I enjoyed it. I loved it. It made my night. Like I was sitting there, I had the TV on, my kid. Oh, it was
God,
great.
it would take to get a Jersey Mike's right now 39 minutes. I can drive there in less time.
The chop.
Yeah, he's gonna keep doing it. He's just gonna keep doing it.
More expensive longer. Anyway.
What is your gripe, sir?
So I get in my truck. This had happened. It would happen for about maybe a month and a half, almost 2 months. I want to say. I get in my truck 2 months ago, and I take the boys to school. And as I'm driving, I noticed that my dashboard and then my, in the Silverado's got the screen in the middle, whatever. That
Every car has
Is
that.
that a speedometer? Is that what you're
The
just saying?
screen.
No, the touch
No.
screen.
Yeah, you know where it shows the numbers of like how fast your spaceship is going or
Yeah,
something.
well, all my odometers were, and then they have the screen in the middle. It's all dim, right? So I'm like, why is it so dim? I can't even see it in
Oh,
the
yeah,
morning.
That's
right?
not good.
So I'm driving. I'm like, God damn, something must
And
be
you don't
wrong.
know how to turn it up, do you?
Well, okay. Well, I didn't know that was a possibility, but we'll get to that.
Cars have features now.
And so I'm like, why is it so dim? No, because like I drive it every day. Every day I take the boys to school.
I didn't dim this. Goddamn lights are going
Hey,
out.
it was bright yesterday.
Yeah. And,
This is a 2019 Silverado, motherfucker.
and then so I was like, there must be an electrical problem, right? And like,
Oh, of course.
So then I live like that for
Goddamn thing's
days.
got a short in it.
And then I keep telling myself, when you get to work, Google why is my screen dim on the Silverado. I'll figure it out. But I forget every time, right? So this weeks go by, and then all of a sudden I get in my truck, it's bright again, and I'm like, oh shit, fix itself.
Yeah, I went over a bump.
So then, so it's bright for a while. Then maybe a week or 2 weeks later, dim again, right? So I'm like, whoa, shit, it's happening again. Why is it dim? And so
I wish you took it to the dealer. I really do.
So I was gonna text JC Harrelson and be all my
It
stuff's
is today, JC. It is today.
I'm gonna tell it because I was like,
I've had enough.
maybe JC knows something, but then I'm like,
Or did you really think maybe I could trade it in? Give
well,
myself a little
I
fancy,
did. I was like,
fancy.
I do want AC seats, and I know they're
Yeah.
offering the most,
Yes.
trade-in.
Those are.
And
They're
then
so nice.
I-
oh my god.
And then I know that once
Oh,
cars,
I'm sorry. Never mind. You have a sponsor. I'm not gonna say it.
it's
once-
good for your farts.
once cars you have electrical problems, then they just go to shit. So I was like, well, this is obviously some electrical problem, and it's obviously
the
caused
writing's on the wall, man.
by myself.
The writing is on the wall.
And I've through lack of maintenance and whatever else I've done, I've ruined this truck. Just like I ruin everything. So
He told us about the dent in his tailgate.
So I've lived like this for months, right? And then then I forgot where was I driving?
I don't know.
So I'm driving.
To Brooksville,
Lowe's.
Maybe but Crystal's in the car, and then we get in the car. It's dim, and then
He's bumbling around. What's happening? Something's wrong. What's going on?
and
And I'm like,
Shut
what?
up!
What's wrong with you?
and then Crystal's like, it's this knob. Because you
Yeah,
get
the dimmer knob.
I've been turning it down when I drive your truck because it's too bright.
Yeah, I have sensitive eyes.
At night, I don't like it on all the way because I can't see everything else
I used to do that
outside.
when I had a
Explains the dimmers in the house, too.
Yeah, and the dimmer thing drives me crazy. When I had a little car when I was in high school and I thought it was cool, I would dim it way down because I thought it'd be easier to finger girls in there with less lights.
Oh,
you know,
good.
like
Well-
you keep it way like you're driving around. Like
If they've had that dimmer light back then, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the interior.
This is something that everybody knows.
No, you go up and down, and then when you get to the top, it goes one click further, and it turns on the dome.
His is a little different. You have to push it in
Okay.
to disappear, and then you pop it out, and then you can turn it up and down.
Nah, I don't need.
Did you know you had this?
No, I don't bother with any settings
That's
of
from the-
anything. I
that's from
just
the
whatever the
70s,
factory comes out, and then I sit there and drive
You're
it.
still looking for the dimmer switch, the big metal button in the floorboard.
But besides from that, I've been living for 2 months and stressed out. Every single time I get in the truck, I'm stressed. I'm like, God damn, I'm gonna have to fix this. I have to get a new truck
Yeah.
or fix this electrical problem. Then I'm like, our mechanic hookup is gone, and then I have to find a new one. I have to go
Yeah.
on there on the BDM page, ask who's a mechanic. This
Yeah.
is running through
then
my
you're taking
mind for
photos
months.
with your cell phone. You're
Could
putting
have
it
just
on-
communicated with your wife.
Right, and you
figured
never
it
just
out.
thought it was like an easy thing.
It's just like you're blaming me for your stupidity.
Yes,
No, but he
yeah, that's
doesn't-
exactly what's
But
happening.
he doesn't
I mean,
use.
I shouldn't know this more than you by all stereotypes.
your truck, that's
right?
true.
It's not my car.
Right. You know all
I'm
the
a
features in your
little
car, right?
woman.
Don't
yeah,
you know?
of course I
You know
do.
how to use the heated seats. I know this.
course,
We've talked
of
about it
course,
before.
of
You know how to
course.
use the air. Like what worries me with him is that he says all these things about Apple CarPlay and stuff like that, but it doesn't ever look like your car has ever been configured for you. Like I don't even know if he put the seat in the right position
No,
for you
no.
to drive it. It looks like you just get in it and go
The
down
radio.
the road.
There's not even radio stations.
Right. He has
Yeah.
nothing programmed.
Radio.
Nothing is, but there's nothing that says it's his. Like
No.
there's no person. There's no sunglass keeper up there. There's literally. It looks like a work truck, and it's like you just get in it and you drive.
There's a Tom and Dan and a Mo magnet on the back.
Yeah, but other people put those on. I think you know. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
Yeah,
I
I don't
feel
like
you should.
personalizing.
I feel like you should plug your phone in, get everything set the way you
That
want.
Like
dent
if
it.
you
is
had taken
personalized.
5 minutes, let's see if we.
What'd you
I'm gonna
say?
Google it.
That new dent is personalized.
Oh yeah. How did you get that, by the way?
Here's
He
my
doesn't.
gripe.
That's a reverse
By
gripe.
not taking care
Right.
to put things in
This was on the last show.
carefully.
Remember, you said that you wished that he took care of things the way that I take care of things. I would argue there's a happy medium. I'm a little obsessive.
It's like moving your grandpa's shoes to a new location
Oh, it's
because
fun.
you
So you're
think
saying it's fun.
No, because you think that it's better off near the door than where he left them.
No.
Right.
But then your grandpa's wandering around his whole house trying to find his shoes because he doesn't know where they are.
But your grandpa would have had to know about the dimmer switch, is what you're saying?
Well-
it's a little bit of an off analogy, but I
but
see
you're-
what you're
you know,
saying.
you're-
My wife has lived with me my entire life.
I didn't move the shoes for Grandpa. I moved the shoes so that I wouldn't trip on them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did it for me.
She did it for her.
I didn't do it for Grandpa.
She's saying you should have had the knowledge to put it back.
But,
Yeah, it's your car.
No.
I mean, I don't know you're that dumb.
Well, there it is.
Well, that is on you.
I'll go back to him on that one and say
now
you
I'm-
absolutely
yeah,
know
you
he's
should.
that
That's
dumb.
what I had written down. Gripe number
Oh my
4.
God, this
She
guy's
should
like,
know how dumb I am.
Mr. Kimlot. He's like Mr. Kimlot.
Oh, he just did a touchdown.
He held up a paper
Sam
and says,
knows.
I'm so dumb.
That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
You should have known.
I had to walk him through how to get his medical marijuana card the other day.
Oh, that.
He's
Did
had
you
that for
notice?
years, though.
Can we talk
Why
about,
are you doing that?
Sam, can me and you talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Did you notice that I sat in here and I didn't say a fucking word? I just sat still and listened to that because that was one of the saddest conversations I've ever heard.
Have you
She was walking him through how to get his medical marijuana card like you would walk your grandpa through taking his pills, and you have the laminated thing on the cabinetry.
Have you seen the medical marijuana registry website? It's
Oh, any government's website's shit,
just
by the
a
way.
bunch of text.
There's nothing.
It's like you uploaded a paragraph.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
know how
terrible.
many? Do you know how
It's
many
nothing.
people have to navigate that and who still can do it on their own?
Stoners.
Yeah,
Right, like-
yeah.
Just
Don't
make
know.
It's a test.
No, but just make a web link that says a renew card here, and I click on it. It's a
And I got him all the way to the end,
It's
right? I
all-
finally got him all the way to the end. And then it's like, oh, the last thing you have to do is electronic signature. You just have to put your first and last name in. And then it was like, this name does not match our registry. And I was like, well, I can't help you there.
Yeah.
If your name doesn't.
They went through the whole thing, and he got to the end, and his name was wrong.
Well, I didn't put the second,
Yeah.
which is
It
stupid.
had to be
be
Thomas
Oh,
Van the
yeah.
second.
Well, it's a government document.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does the government really care about?
I don't
getting
think they
things
do.
right?
I know.
I feel like I should get a Presto trip for helping
Yeah.
you walk through that.
I know. The guy at the dispensary, all those guys, when I go in there, they do the thing with the card. I just pull it out. They're
Man,
like,
they are
"Ah."
short-staffed. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
There's always one person in there now.
Yeah, it seems like an awesome job too.
I don't think it pays shit, though.
Yeah, I don't think it pays
And I
well.
don't think you get a discount either.
It's like
no
we're-
discount.
You
No.
gotta deal
Because
with all
it's-
those stoners now.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you get a discount, and I don't think the hours are good. And
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Observation 5.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there were more.
And I want to ask Andrea about this. So every morning when I'm getting the boys ready and all that,
This is the first egg sandwich.
and then Crystal gets up. She gets the boys dressed or whatever. And while we're doing this, I hear something, and I'm like, "What is that?" And it's an alarm going off. And, and so, and then I'm like trying to find this phone alarm.
Godzilla.
And then I go and I look, and then there's so many alarms, and then I'm like, oh God, and then I'm like, whoa, and so this has happened 40 to 50 times.
50
It is
alarms?
so annoying.
You know,
Because
this year.
when I get out of the bed, I turn it off, and then I walk to the other side of the house to get the kids going or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, 9 minutes later, it goes off again. So this is my old lady thing. I can't turn the alarm off. I can only snooze it until I come back the second time, and then there's a button that says off.
What?
I don't know.
No.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is those boys are doomed. Those boys are doomed.
See,
Yeah. And you guys are going.
It's not all me.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
I like that you guys
also-
are doing the fiery furnace unguided.
Oh, please
tour.
don't.
Yeah.
Please
yeah,
get a
the
guide.
old
Yeah.
fiery furnace.
It's going to take us like 7 hours.
Here come the Magoos,
I
folks.
think this old couple did it in like 3. I think we can do it in 4.
You gonna try to beat them?
But were they avid
Okay.
hikers
But-
or?
by the way,
No,
were
she
they
was
swimmers?
struggling.
Next Monday when I don't show up, just Jose Furnace. Furnace got him.
I'll do the math.
Yeah, you know. You don't even have to call anybody. Just move on with your life.
So
Anyway,
you don't know how to turn off the. Well, I will
It's
say that last night.
It's
I,
when it's the automatic. It's not the regular alarm. It's like the sleep cycle alarm. It's a.
I don't like that one with the dial.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how to do that
So
either.
that doesn't. So when it dings the first time, it's just like. I just can't make it stop dinging.
Also,
No?
There's no stop button on
Oh.
mine. I don't know.
every morning when I'm sitting on the toilet,
Trying to juggle.
when I hear the alarm go off, and then I hear Crystal mad.
And it never stops. How long has this
Well,
gone
at
on?
first it's Alexa alarm, so the alarm goes off, and then Crystal's like, Alexa, stop.
I hate her so much.
I
She's
thought
a
you loved her.
I love her.
You turned
It's
to her.
love hate.
You used to love her.
As if she's not the one that told the robot to set the
I do
alarm.
that too.
I don't like being woken up.
I do that too.
That's really what it all boils
But I'll
down
make you
to.
feel better. When
But-
ChatGPT gets our notes wrong, I will write back to ChatGPT. I'll be like, "Why do you fuck up our notes so much, you fucking idiot?" And I'll make it apologize.
Oh, you
to
guys
me.
are gonna get it when the
Yeah.
robots
Oh
take
my
over.
Yeah,
So-
I make it apologize to me.
So I wonder two things. I'm like, one, why are you mad at the person that you told that you ordered?
You set the alarm.
that
right,
set the
right.
alarm.
You're mad at the robot that set the alarm.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. And then two, why does it happen every day?
Well, because I have to wake up every day. If I don't have an alarm,
Yeah.
I'll be asleep until
Well,
11:30.
What he's asking, and it's a crazy thing coming from him, is why don't you change your ways? Is what I heard.
Yeah. It's
It's a little crazy coming from him, I'd say.
Yeah.
But
It's and I feel like there's a lot of alarm people out there that set alarms and then snooze them or set multiple alarms
Yeah.
yeah,
over
we
and
all
over.
do it, okay? I'm not a freak, okay?
I do it too. Every morning when I get up, Andrea's already fully dressed, ready to go. Like, 'cause I don't even know when you get up, and she's fully dressed and ready. And then Maisie will come in, and Andrea will look at Maisie and go like, "Your dad," and then Maisie will be like, "Oh, you're here," and come over and hug me. That's how little I matter in the house.
Well, because Maisie's ready to like start her day.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Listen,
and
I
I'm
do the
like,
same though. The kids are occupied, and I'm like, go say hello to your father. He just got home from
Okay,
work,
that
and I
makes me
make them
feel
get
better.
up and go say hello.
Because they don't care.
Yeah,
Like you come home and Maisie's like, "Yo," like she'll flash
because they
me a
just
peace sign.
expect you to be there.
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I won't
They
be.
haven't lived through the horrors of
Yeah.
like they don't come home.
Once I get my what am I calling it? The
Uh,
double thigh pass. Once I get my double thigh pass on these hips, I might die in that.
Yeah,
I
mean,
might
you
die
know,
just like Kanye's mom.
It's not a
You're
0%.
gonna be fine, but your legs might be real straight after.
Oh my
I know.
God.
So what if they go shorter?
Oh,
What if they're
Oh
shorter?
no! Hey,
Add
while
it to
they're in
the
there,
thing.
Yeah.
ask them to give you the Ron
She's
DeSantis.
off the rails now, Tom.
What if they go shorter and knock out the?
You better
the-
turn her alarm
What
off.
if they knock out the knees? What if they're just straight? What if they just put
Then
sticks
you're
on
like
the end?
the grandpa on King of the Hill.
Yeah, King of the Hill. Cotton. I love cotton.
I didn't think of the possibility of it making you shorter.
Yeah.
Like if you get below,
Yeah.
4'11".
I'm gonna ask them to put in giant hips
you know,
though.
that's,
I want big ones.
then
So I
you-
have I want a disproportionate I want big wide hips and have a big fat man ass, like a mega ass.
Ask if they could add an inch to those hips.
Yeah.
Socket.
Like give me
Which part do they
oh,
replace? The hip part or the leg
the
part?
socket, I think.
So it's on the hip part.
Yeah, the hip part.
They can't really add anything.
Yeah, and everybody's been emailing me say oh, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. Yeah, of course. But then I'm getting a lot of people that are like, find another doctor that won't cut. I'm getting some of these where it's like surgeons like to do surgery.
Yeah.
Doctors like to prescribe pills, just like barbers like to do haircuts.
Yeah,
I get a lot of that, like, well, watch out.
There's a hammer for every nail.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting a lot of that, I get a like. and then-
We had a neighbor once who got double elbow replacement. Died.
Why am I laughing at that?
It was a knee replacement.
Oh.
No, I think it was his arms.
No, it was his knees.
It was his
Remember
arms,
you had to help
babe.
him up.
Look
was
at
his
Samantha
arms.
looks
It was his
perplexed.
elbows or something.
First of all, I've never heard of an elbow replacement.
Oh no,
so-
he had double knee and elbow at the same time. All
Oh,
three.
man, that's
Whoa,
too much.
4
And he
surgeries?
was obese.
Well,
and old.
no wonder he died. He
Well,
had
all
all
his
of
joints were blowing
yeah, he had
out.
all of his
Yeah.
limbs replaced.
I was like, why would you give this guy a double knee replacement? And
Just
you know,
give him a
because
wheelchair.
Right,
He
just do one at a time.
needed
Yeah.
it.
No, but at the
I'll
same,
go.
At the same, he couldn't walk, and then that ended up causing his death. Like,
Yeah.
it-
Should have left him under the sheet.
he couldn't
It's
move.
gonna cause my death. I'm telling you. It's just gonna speed it up.
I'm
That's
sorry,
why
I was just kidding. I'm not trying
No,
to.
I'm
You're gonna
not
be
kidding.
Fine.
No, I'm not.
I looked it up. It's like not a big deal
It's a big
anymore.
deal between the prostate and the hips. Oh man, it's bad. It's real bad. The
I don't know if
cancer.
we can ever
Now-
go
now
like
listen.
2 weeks without a ailment.
There we go.
Where's that
You
one
can do
question?
gripes.
Is
She's
there
like, can I
some-
go back on
Yeah. You
my
can do
company
gripes.
trip?
You can do
There's
gripes.
that one question that always comes up. One thing I would change about Daniel is
That would be
just
it?
the fucking health issues.
Fuck you.
It's never. It's
Well,
never.
this one's real. How shocked I was
Yeah,
when he came
he was
in.
like-
It blew his
I
wig off.
said,
he
I
was-
said, have you gotten a second opinion on that? How do we know?
Well, I just got it done. Like everybody
Right.
asked that. I'm like, I just
But
got
I don't
back
want
from
him
the
to, like,
fucking doc. Yeah,
believe
I
that
went
that's
through
the only
I went through
way.
the drive-through second opinion.
No. But
But
I'm
do
just
you
like,
plan on getting
it's
one?
always
Hell
something.
no, I'm done with doctors. Those motherfuckers don't know shit.
Well, then you shouldn't get surgery if you feel that way.
Yeah, I'm
You-
not.
yeah.
I'm not. I'm gonna live my best life.
Let
now.
me ask you something. So I've heard they only last 20 years.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
So either you do it now. How old are you, Daniel?
47.
All right. Either you do it now, and then 67 you do it again.
Like boob job.
But if
I'm not
you
going to be
wait-
alive at 67.
Yeah,
See,
you
the
will.
idea would be to get it done now, get 20 years out of them, and then on the 19th year at 66, die like my dad, his dad, and his dad did. All at 66.
Daniel.
66 is coming.
Yeah.
It's coming for you. You can't fight the numbers. You know that. You're a businessman.
So, I mean, I'm with him on this.
That's why we're in business together.
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
like,
I think
66.
Andrea's counting down.
1
66.
week without
How old will I
a
be when he's
health,
66?
I don't know.
health issue. I'll be 60.
But show me your tits before I die, because you still owe me.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, she knows me.
That's fine. We're happy
Oh,
That was
on his
Mac's,
death-
that
on
was
his
Mac's
deathbed.
pregnancy. That was Mac's pregnancy.
I got to do it soon because my nipples keep growing.
Samantha is like gonna. What if Samantha quit the
happening?
show because her wives came in?
That would never happen.
So, like,
It won't be because of them.
eventually,
How big?
it's
How big are they
just-
getting?
Eventually, it's just going to be
A red.
No,
you know,
come on.
I want them
I
bigger.
had all these things
Andrews are
written
getting
down.
more purple. Andrews are getting
Can
more
you?
purple.
You can get a breast reduction. Can you get an areola
I don't
reduction?
want anybody to touch my girls are pretty and I don't
There
want
you
anyone
go.
to mess with them.
Andreas are
Alright.
getting. They're getting more purple blue. Sometimes they look like a Seahawks uniform.
Oh my God. Daniel.
The color rush Seahawks uniform.
I think it's like the ears; they keep growing.
Yeah.
You know.
So
I don't know about that.
Grape, you got a gripe?
no, it's not a gripe. Me and Crystal were in the hot tub.
Yes.
All right.
With our
Look at
sons.
those
Yeah.
pretty things.
Boiling those beauties. Boiling the beauties.
Nude, because I've seen all of the clothes at the pool.
Yeah.
And,
we walked
um,
over there, and they had a fuck session the night before. There's
No, we
nothing
didn't.
but
Clothes were
clothes,
strewn
clothes
everywhere.
everywhere around the hot
You
tub.
guys can hear that next week during ACT.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in there, and then the boys start talking out loud about I don't know how it started.
How
but
was school today? I'm pretty good.
it was Tommy.
Tommy said, if do I have to believe something, or he said like, can I believe something if I don't really believe it? And I was like, what do you
Whoa.
mean?
Oh man, I
And then
love
he's
his
like-
introspection.
He's like, I want to believe something, but I don't. And I was like, immediately I knew it was going to Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And he's like, I
Wait,
want.
is he-
How
is he
does
in
this
front of
tie
me?
into your
Is
nipples?
he in front of Max at this time?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Well, they're having a
Okay.
bar talk. They're in the
yeah, they start
pool.
talking
Yeah.
to each other, and
Yeah.
TC and I are just looking off into the distance.
Yeah, they're
like,
saddled up at the bar having a bro talk. This
Yeah.
is cute.
So he's like, I really want to believe in magic, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Oh God,
You
that's
know?
Tom,
you.
you gotta save him.
Yeah, that's you,
You've
buddy.
put
No,
too
he's-
much logic into this
Yeah,
boy.
that's
He
you.
needs magic.
I will tell you this. This entire conversation went on for hours. And at the end of the night, Tommy sat on the bed and he knife handed at me and he goes, I'm not religious at all.
Oh.
And then I looked at TC, he was in the shower, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that does sound like
Are
a.
you
That does
doing
sound like
this to
one of
this little
Dad's
boy?
heroin conversations that he does in the hot tub.
No, he's just asking me about the universe, and he was fascinated by it and how the Earth was made, and I started trying to get through that. And then,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
like Andrea trying to explain everything that Maisie doesn't need to know at 8 at the dinner table.
Periods. She wanted to know.
Yeah, no, they were eating. I think
she
it was
wanted
another
to know
Tijuana Flats.
if I'd be okay if I got my period on
Yeah.
my trip.
She- and then, and then she's like, "Well, what comes out of men?" And I'm like, "This? What the fuck is happening?"
Did you say nothing?
Yeah, not me. I'm not gonna do that, dude. I'm not gonna be.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
that's not for
men
me.
got it good. Like, we don't have to do anything.
that is not no.
But so as they were talking about this, and then they were discussing, they were like, yeah, but Santa's presents come in different wrapping paper, which we never even thought that they noticed. At least I was like, no way they noticed, because Crystal every year she's like, oh, we gotta have the Santa wrapping paper is gonna be
I do
different.
secret handwriting,
Yeah.
there's special
Yeah.
labels.
And I'm like, they're my sons.
I will hug you. That's my mom used to do that.
Yeah,
That
but
shit matters.
but I also feel guilty because I'm like just really deepening the lie that I've been telling them, and
Yeah.
eventually they're gonna be like, "Man, you lied. This is you the whole time. This is such a lie."
I was never mad at my mom and dad.
I don't
No
think I
one's
was
ever
mad
mad.
either.
You know, because the year I found out, they gave me something really good, and I was like, you know what, that was pretty good.
Max
that's
is gonna be mad because he always says we never lie to each other,
Oh, I do that. I do Dennis's never lie. Yeah.
and he's gonna be like, "You
Which
were
is such a
lying
lie.
to
I
me."
still think if you sat them down and you explained, like, you know,
We lied for your
the
own
belief,
good.
you know,
Does
the-
Maisie know?
I don't think she has
I
a
don't
clue.
Okay.
I think if you sit them down and you explain that this is something special, and I think he's going to need the kind of.
I'm also
sit down
naturally
empathetic.
sort of into that stuff. So, like, I actively participate in more fantasy-like stuff in the house. I'm funny and silly, and I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we don't ever go there because naturally we're not ever going to go there unless she gets curious. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like with me, I'm so into it. Elf on the Shelf, whatever. I hate it too, but I'm so into Santa Claus and all of that.
I
that
think
we
there's
don't
like
have
a little
those-
letter that like.
We don't have those conversations.
I've seen the letter. There's a letter
that you can,
that
like.
I saved, and I liked it. It was like, Santa is an idea, and it's about giving gifts without receiving thanks.
Yes.
And now you can be part of Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are going to give gifts without receiving thanks. And
Yes.
and not tell your
When
little
they
brother
ask
about
you,
this.
who's that old man you made me sit on their lap every year? What are you gonna say?
My mom, my mom
they
said
know that's not the real Santa.
Yeah, my mom said that those were all assistants of Santa that are there to deliver Christmas cheer. So
Yeah.
without those people, Christmas isn't fun because those are the guys that keep the spirit of Santa alive. He can't be everywhere, so he has volunteers across the globe that play his part. That's what my mom said.
Those who don't believe
Don't receive. Yeah, that got drilled into my brain.
I just
Those
thought
who don't believe don't receive. That was the Dennis way.
I figured YouTube would tell them eventually. And
God.
they'll learn.
They do.
They'll learn.
Yeah.
Everything they need to know from YouTube.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Dana brought
You're
it
going
up
to
on the
learn
show.
everything they need to know from opening your phone by accident.
Whoa.
What happened?
Uh,
What are they learning about? they learn about X
Grannies.
videos?
They're little old grannies.
The ugly grannies.
Chris was giving a look.
What was that website?
Pornhub?
It wasn't
Yes.
Pornhub and it wasn't X videos. Those are the only two I know about.
X hamster.
It was
Hamster.
hamster.
Yeah, I've been dabbling in hamster
It looks
again,
like
too.
the 90s.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic.
I like the
and
little.
they got
yeah.
stuff in there that
You know what I like
the
about
corporate
hamster?
ones don't.
You know what I like about hamster? I like that when it's Halloween, he's got a jack-o'-lantern on his head, and when it's Christmas, Santa hat.
What did they
I've never noticed
say?
that.
What did they say? Did they say, "Oh, Daddy, what's this on your phone"?
No.
I
they
picked up
never
his
did.
phone because I forgot my phone at home,
Thomas.
and I opened it, and I'm like, if one of the kids grabbed this.
How is she able to get into
You
your
know?
phone?
What do you mean?
Your wife.
Oh,
What?
What
What is that, a secret?
No, I got the face lock on mine. You ain't getting in there. You're not seeing my ex-hamsters.
Oh,
That's
was
my
she-
phone.
Yeah, but you should have something the boys can't get in, though.
Huh?
Maybe we should.
Oh, yeah, she knows my passcode. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not a, you can't just go to the phone.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm pretending to not
you need like
show you things.
incognito mode. Then.
Yeah, you got to like
You
have
just,
a
I
code.
said that. Don't
Exit
you know
out.
how to search on the private mode? And he's like,
Right.
I know how.
It's not as good, though, because
Doesn't
it
know how
doesn't
to use the
save your
dimmer.
link.
Right.
Right,
knows
if he's not going to look
incognito.
at the dimmer, he's definitely not going to.
It doesn't save your legs.
They go to school in Castleberry. They've seen
Yeah.
it. Their friends have already shown them their phone. They Googled,
Yeah.
I don't know. They've never been yelled at by a coach,
Hey,
so
was
they're
I right?
pretty
Here's
sheltered.
Here's a question that came up, and we never talked about it because you guys weren't here. Maisie's never used a full-blown web browser to just search the internet, has she? That's not a thing.
Don't think
No,
so.
I don't
mine
think so
haven't
either.
either.
Yeah. Okay, that answers it. Yeah.
And maybe
they're not
they
there yet.
wouldn't be opening Safari. And
'Cause they don't know what it is.
But
opened
unless he left
Safari.
it up.
No,
No,
I
I
didn't
think
leave
I
it up.
opened Safari. And
Well,
left,
not
and
only
it was
that,
there,
it
but-
wasn't even one of the millions of tabs I have open. You had to scroll back 5 tabs.
Oh my gosh.
It's always 5 tabs back.
So what's down your list?
Yeah, you had another gripe.
Last gripe. So I'm scrolling Facebook, really just see how our business is going. Check
On
that's
Facebook?
bad
Yeah, it's
sign.
really hard-hitting information.
because the BDMs will tell me. They'll scroll through the BDM page, see who's fighting,
How many memes are in there?
Yeah,
Which way do we need to
yeah.
go?
And what they're complaining about, and then I see a Facebook post from Crystal, and then it's a post and it's just a paragraph.
I didn't like this one.
And then it's
I didn't
about
like this.
oat milk.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you said something that was really hurtful. I mean, it does not cook well.
It cooks fine.
Oh
gross.
my goodness gracious!
You're not buying the right oat
It
milk.
doesn't cook like whole milk. Whole milk is the only milk that you can cook with.
You got to buy Oatly full fat.
Has it got fat in it?
Full fat.
Okay, I will try it on your on your.
Have you ever tasted
And you got to
oat
shake
fat?
it. You got to shake it real
It does
good.
sound really good. And you gotta shake it like a Polaroid picture. You gotta shake
tastes
the
good.
shit out of it.
Yeah. It
You
tastes
only
like the
have-
fat of a scarecrow.
Like what I what I think about oat milk is that it's in there, and then she's like, "You gotta shake it." It's like I gotta shake it, and then I have a 2-second window to get it in there
Yeah.
where it stays together or it'll separate.
Yeah,
again.
but this
I
seems
don't
like
even know
for
what it
me,
is.
It seems like such a small sacrifice when we have the entire gender of a species
Yeah.
enslaved,
yeah.
impregnated, and their babies are ripped from them so they can milk their tits,
Hey.
and fill your jugs of pus.
Oh, wow. Is that what it is? Pus?
There's
So
pus in it.
Oh.
now what you're saying
You're saying
is
that to get me to not
logically
drink it.
fine. No, but it's
These are techniques.
I know I don't usually do that, and I just had a moment. I should have deleted it.
Did you stop the comments? Because I went to comment.
did not.
Couldn't. Oh, okay. I thought you stopped the comments.
No.
Yeah.
Because I went there to make a comment, I couldn't make one.
I just my only gripe being is that your opinions about oat milk are not going to change anything.
That's her hot take, man.
from-
You
Yeah,
do
that
this
was
all
her-
the time.
Yeah, that was her hot take.
Yeah, no,
You
no.
fall in love with her. That's why you love her.
No, I'm just
It should be sexy to you.
He just likes
And
to
then when
put
you-
down anything I think.
No,
God
I do that.
damn.
I put down anything Andrea says.
Like when he finished his internship and got a job, I was like, okay, now it's my turn to go back to college. And then he was like, no, you don't need to do
Well,
that.
ladies,
Oh.
traditionally,
Sorry.
you know, Middle Eastern
Oh my
countries.
God, he held you back from your education?
Oh, I heard that.
the
I've heard
college
that
thing
before.
I've this is-
I'll
wow.
never forget
I've
it.
only made 2 mistakes in life, and I never stop hearing about
Pajama pants?
Don't bring it up. You don't want to
the
double them
college.
up.
The college, I hear about this all the time. Where they're driving, we should be driving.
Wait, what about the bongo jeans?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
throw it
trash
away.
bag. It was a trash bag
That's
of
kind of
jeans.
waned over years.
Yeah.
Wait, who was Bongo Jeans? Remind me.
No,
I
it
need
was
to
a
remember.
trash
Throw
bag.
away
Throw
your
away your stuff.
clothes.
Trash
Oh,
bag of clothing.
yes.
He threw it out.
How dare you?
Yeah, you had your bongos in there.
He's still ruined by that because he said something
Oh, I
about
know.
there's trash bags in the that I would come over and help him in the garage and trash bags, and he's like, nope,
Yeah, he's
Don't
like,
touch
you can't
those,
touch
don't
them.
touch-
He's
Okay,
like, you can't touch
Well,
them.
he threw away a box that he didn't look in at Christmas, and it was his mother's Christmas gift.
Yeah, I heard about
Oh.
that. Yeah.
So, like, this guy has a reputation for just getting and
it
throwing,
was, and it
getting
was
and
trash
throwing.
bags. It was
Yeah.
the gift.
So don't throw stuff away.
The college.
I mean, let's not
Where-
throw anything away because the office really needs to be cleaned.
What
You
is
just
the
have to look at it,
college?
though.
What
Yeah,
is the
true.
college thing? What is that?
well,
Do we know about that?
I
Crystal.
think this is the first time I've heard
Yeah,
of it.
I think.
Well,
it is
he
the
was
first.
interning, so he was making $0 at
Right.
the radio
Mhm.
station. He was also in college, and I think, were you working part time at Champs at the time? But either way,
Yeah.
we were surviving on like $25,000 a year, the two of us, at like 21 years old or whatever. And so it was like when your internship is
fast enough?
over and you get a job,
How did
then
we do that? by the
I'll
way?
go back to.
Different time. Things were cheaper
School.
then,
Yeah,
too.
things were cheaper.
But not that much.
I had an
more
apartment for
cheaper.
like $700 a month that
Yeah.
included
Yeah,
everything.
we had
My-
a 3-bedroom house for $700.
My
Yeah.
original house in Deltona that I bought for $98,000 was $490 a month.
That's just great.
It's so cheap.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't about you going to college. It was
That's
just
what she
it was
said.
about college in general.
It was about
and-
college going to you.
Well,
No.
you got to go. Why couldn't she
Right.
go?
Well,
Yeah.
but that's how I know it's pointless because I've
Right,
never
but
used
maybe it wasn't pointless to her.
Yeah, maybe it gave you the motivation to start this company.
You know, it
No,
would
it
have
did
been
not.
worth it if
Okay, having a
She has
working
to
for a
figure
shitty
that out
company
for
did.
herself if it's
Everybody has a
pointless for
different
her.
road that they need to hike.
it would have only been worth it
Paddle
if
your own
I
canoe.
could answer the question, oh, where'd you go to school?
Yeah, but yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
worst question to get asked when you
You
didn't
can lie. Nobody
finish.
checks.
You got to say School of Hard Knocks. I see that on Facebook
Oh my
all the
God.
time.
Anytime I see that,
Yeah,
I'm like,
I see it on
gotta X
Facebook all the
out.
time, and normally it's big fat guys from New York, and they love it. They say it, and it's all right. I got it.
Well, I do bring up the fact that I have a college degree and their mom doesn't, and when we're riding in car trips every once in a while,
Jesus
and then I'm like,
Christ.
you gotta go to college.
Well,
now,
I-
I've got a degree.
You don't want to
I'm
be
the
like
only one in
mom.
this car that has a degree.
You're the only one checking how your business is doing on Facebook, too.
Oh, shit, son.
Burn.
That came from the school of hard knocks.
Yeah. It also makes Andrea
Mark
very
Zuckerberg does too.
It also makes Andrea very mad that I waited to the last minute to do every bit of college that I did.
I was
and,
telling my coworkers about
and
that last night.
Really, and I aced every fucking class I
They-
took because I'm a goddamn
Oh, and
super
didn't
genius.
And all
Andrea
the
take a test for you?
No,
No.
she wouldn't do that. She's too much of a nerd
I
because that's
did the,
cheating, Tom. She's not gonna do that. Your mom's gonna do that for me.
The
'cause I
notary
love her.
thing. The notary thing. But no. I would never take it.
No, she got mad at me. She would get fucking pissed at me.
Right, because the professor then writes you back and say, I would love to use this in subsequent classes as an example.
I would like to actually publish this. I'd be like, oh yes, please publish it. Yes, yes.
Degrees are worthless. What it
They are.
is,
I agree.
what-
It's changed already.
unless
right?
you're an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer.
Why don't you just go do one of those that you can just get something easy, and that way when people ask you, you have something to say.
No, the time has passed.
You can
They're
buy.
also not worthless if you want to get.
How about a
paid
title?
more.
What if you
Nah.
What if you
Trust me,
were
my husband gets
Lady
paid a lot more now than
Crystal
he's got a
Vann? What if we
degree.
bought you
No. No,
you know,
I don't want
that was
this.
big
It's
for a
nonsense.
while where you'd buy a knighted, you'd like purchase yourself being knighted. So you could be Sir Thomas
You
Chisholm Van.
and you can get certifications that are way less, and then you could be Crystal
Listen,
Van.
guys, I don't need all that. I
Esquire.
just
May
need
or
the
something.
ability to bring it up every now and then. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you just want the freedom to do it without him poo-pooing on it.
Well, I would have. Yeah, I would have liked the freedom to do it back
She
then.
wants
I
to
don't
have
want
an
to do it
answer when
now.
people ask her where
At
she went.
42, I'm not going to do it.
Why
For
not?
what?
Why not? There are a lot of people
Yeah.
going back to college.
Yeah, but what? But I don't have anything I'm going for. What am I going for?
I mean, you'd have to decide that. What do you?
You can
what's
Like,
something?
am I going to become a doctor? Like,
mean, you
what I'm
could.
saying, like, am I going to go to get like the degree in the thing that I want to do? You see what I'm saying?
Do you
You could
wanna
get
be a
Daniel's
doctor?
like his
No,
liberal
no.
studies.
You guys are
Liberal
missing the
studies.
point.
Yeah, mine was
that's the
basically
worst
the-
of
Yeah,
the
because
worst.
I don't want to do
Worth
that.
nothing.
You don't want
that-
to use me as an
Yeah.
example.
No,
I
but
was
then
just
at least
getting
you
out of
have.
college.
There you go. Then you have a degree.
But what is it worth? Nothing.
And
I
how
mean-
much did I pay for it?
Well,
like I got to pay for that,
if-
right?
If you enjoyed it, then it is worth something, and that's
Right.
the only answer.
That's
Well,
like,
I would
to me-
have when I was 22.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
I
it.
wouldn't now.
I get it.
So
Or
I
if
just
you ever,
want.
if you ever did go and work for a company again, it does help to have a degree.
Sure.
I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the company, offers raises for degrees and things.
Or
Yeah,
even to
they
get
do.
the position. A lot of positions
this,
won't even
I gotta-
hire you
I
if
gotta
you
be
don't
honest,
have a
guys,
degree.
This went on a lot longer than I expected about that joke I made 5 minutes ago.
It got real.
Like, we don't need to sit here and evaluate my education.
Yeah.
You're actually leaning really hard into the discomfort that is caused that I made the joke about 5 minutes ago.
Oh
like
my
the
God.
fact that it went on this long
Oh, I'm so sorry.
is just really
Apologies.
driving it
I'm
in.
sorry.
No. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
The Nest turned the air conditioner off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
that's how
got
I know
hot
it's time to
again.
go.
Hot as fuck in here now.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. And
What are you
anything
guys
else?
most looking forward to? Like, because there's been
Yeah,
a lot of
I can't wait to hear
anticipation.
about this.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where you guys go. What is your one thing that you're like, that's the one, that's the thing I want to do the most?
Crystal's already 3 vacations past this one and planning. She's planning her Switzerland trip.
Switzerland?
Yeah.
I didn't
Hell
even know
yeah.
that one was coming up.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Well,
That sounds great.
in 2025.
All right.
So
You got a plan if you want to get the deals. That's true.
You just have to make the plan.
Are the boys excited?
Hopefully they
Do
can.
they care? Do
They're-
they?
they're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
excited.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. They were excited about it.
Yeah, anywhere going. Man, I used to get so pumped going on vacations with my
I
folks.
see Tom's wearing his nice sandals today. No
He's
more.
gotta
Those
work
are
out,
those are
right?
CVS.
They
Oh,
do
yeah.
look
They're just
nice. though.
leathery
I
ones.
know,
Yeah, they're
so
not
nice
like
I don't know that that's
they're
real
not the
leather. It's real
oofas.
shiny.
Yeah.
They're not the oofas that I was. Sorry.
No, his UFOs got blown apart when he fell off his one wheel.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're ruined forever. Yeah. And I have to walk
Yeah.
in these shitty.
Why
they're
don't you
so
go
hard.
buy new oofos? They have
Yeah,
them.
Go get some for your treat yourself.
They have some at Track Shack.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
treat
don't-
yourself.
yeah, I
Get
don't-
yourself some moves.
No. I'm,
Those are so flat. They are not helping at all.
His feet are flat. though.
Ufos was making me soft.
Okay.
Like,
All right. Yeah.
I got,
Like a good hard slap foot. Like a good.
Yeah,
Bling,
you-
bling, bling,
You
bling,
need to
bling.
live in discomfort.
I am because my
Yeah.
hips. Every day for me is a struggle.
Samantha, when
Where-
semantics.
What day is it? Yeah, just
yeah.
go to semanticspodcast.com. It's all there.
Yeah, go there, check it out. The Bart Merrick team, if you are in the market for a home, they're the friendliest team in town. Isn't that what you
I
call
like
them?
that.
Yeah, is that what you? I
Yes.
like that
Yeah.
actually.
Can you write them a song, Daniel? Then?
Oh, absolutely.
friendliest
How do
team.
you want it?
How's he gonna spend his week next week? Oof. Or
What-
his week off?
Who,
I don't
you
know.
talking to me?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't know. I was gonna replace these light bulbs. I'm trying to find soft white.
You're not
If-
happy with the daylight?
Well, if any, we can't find, and he's right. They don't sell them, so I'm asking anybody in commercial lighting if you know how I can get soft white,
Why don't-
more warm.
For now, why don't you just switch them out with the ones out there?
Can't be done.
I'll do the lights.
No, it
It's all
can't be
good.
done.
I-
It can never be done.
Are you gonna
I'm-
come here every morning?
I'm gonna come here every morning with my bad hips. I'm gonna climb the world. I have a tall ladder that goes
Shaky.
shaky all the way up there. My little hands, my little inward hands, trying to get these. I'll get it done, and I'm. You'll see. You'll all see.
All right, we will see you
Thanks
next
for
week.
having us.
Well, thanks for
Bye.
being here, y'all. All right, Twitch and YouTube. Bye.